hyperdrive.
Hello, chatto. It's Friday, and coming up today on Building a Nation with Sirens of Malta, the Champions League is back. We have 5 points from 3 games, including 2 amazing draws against genuinely good sides. Today, we hope to go one better and get 3 more wins to get ourselves qualified. In other news, the other Maltese sides are absolutely clapping it, as to be expected. This sets up for a very big coefficient year. All that and more will be coming up today on Building a Nation with Sirens of fucking Malta and Stirrups. There's fast stirrups. It's very hot in here. It is exceedingly hot in here. Holy shit. Movement was not my best choice. Oh. Welcome in, everybody. Well, it can't be worse. Not that I watched it, so tell me. Regale me. I've heard it was shit. I have the keys to the weekend. Well, I don't, but I've got this necklace. This is what you use to unlock the weekend. So I'm told.
It's
Hello!
Friday. Got to get down on Friday.
You got to get down on Friday. That's our first ever Friday intro. I don't think I've ever streamed on a Friday. Well, no, technically I suppose I have. Not like streamed on a Friday. I've done like little events and stuff in the evenings probably on Friday, but I've never done a daytime stream on a Friday. There's that. No. Was I going to miss the opportunity to say Friday at the start of a stream? You don't get that. It doesn't come along very often. Keeps going up. Yeah, I mean, we're already up to 27, which is great. In fact, I might just turn the fan on, just not point it at the microphone. At the very least, it's going to hopefully, like, circulate a little wee bit of air or something like that, right? Because it is absolute, as always, swamp. I have a arse like a swamp that even Shrek wouldn't live in right now. It's crazy.
Matter.
Hey, Jim!
I'm missing them. The indescribable allure of daytime television. The suspense, the storylines. The inevitable Christmas natural disaster special.
/ train crash.
Love to the family. Nana.
Why is it they always do a train crash? Or a tram crash. Or maybe I've just listed both things that have happened in soaps, but it feels like that's a common theme in soaps. It's just like, I guess after a certain point, right, you run out of things that you can do, particularly when it's like Emmerdale or something, where it's set in the country. It's like, we'll have an industrial accident. Agricultural fire? Bet they've done that, right? Yeah, there was definitely a train crash, wasn't there? Was that EastEnders or Coronation Street? It was Coronation Street, wasn't it? The Fat Controller of Emmerdale? That's the comptroller to you. You're not wrong, Harvard. If you're tuning in today thinking, oh God, did I miss a Thursday stream? Worry not, you did not. So if you were here Tuesday and you saw the wonderfulness that went on there, you're up to date. So apologies in advance, Volleys, for the fact that this is a day late. You now know why. Unfortunately, I just had some personal stuff I had to take care of yesterday that came up on Wednesday evening that I was like, well, that's shit, because that means I'm not going to be able to stream or watch any of the football yesterday. But I was like, I'm not missing 2 streams in the same week, because that is unacceptable and unprofessional. So I was like, we are Friday streaming. And I think it'll work out well until I wake up tomorrow morning going, oh God, it's a work day. And then I'm like, oh, it's Saturday. I can chill, lay in bed for a bit. It's good times. Right. That's Rebecca. I'm actually surprised it took you like 4 minutes to request Rebecca Brackett. Chat, I'm having a stronk. Oh, and in case you want to know, it's nothing to do with my dad. He's absolutely fine. I saw him this morning actually because obviously he can't drive at the moment for another week or so. So I had to go get my mum a lift to the station. So it's all good. Rebelka Block. You're familiar. Unacceptable and unprofessional. Yep. I feel like there's just an entire list of just things that are my biography title at this point, right? And that is very much definitely one of them. To recap myself on the Bible, there you go. It's all good. I'll catch you up anyway, though, because, maybe you weren't here on Tuesday, right? Oh, I also like the fact, because this is a Friday, there'll be people that simply cannot make the streams normally because of my stream days. Be like, Friday? In I come, baby. You'll love to see it. Yeah, sorry about that, Timothy. Luckily, there was no VOD from yesterday for you to catch up on. You're actually in the VOD. So, you love to see it. The Stronks, good old Stronks. We might as well. I mean, there's going to be some Fridays about, right? Also, this was something Inferno sent, right, as we started stream. So just gonna leave that there for a minute. Questions asked. Me and that polar bear. I wish I was more like the polar bear right now. That snow looks fucking filthy. I'd love to get around and roll in it. It is expert photo editing. I don't know what you're talking about. It's gonna be okay, chap. It's weird and confusing. I know. It's like when you meet your mum's new boyfriend, right? And your dad's like, "Oi," but that's what it is right now. I am your Fridat boyfriend, chatto. You can call me Gary because that's a stepdad name, is it not? If your stepdad isn't called Gary, is he really a stepdad? Huge job. Ooh, positive vibes. Of course. That's amazing. And that's going to... Yeah, so this is the last time I'll get a chance to say that to you, because presumably on Tuesday you won't be able to see stream because you'll be doing that. So yeah, can we get some... I don't know, how do we send vibes to Banksy? We don't really have a... We're normally much more wholesome, and this feels like a situation where it's still wholesome, but it's more like we want energy. What we need out of you, Banksy, is more energy, more passion. Your stepdad's called Gary. What did I tell you? In fairness, my cousin's stepdad is also called Gary, so that's probably why it was stuck in my head. Good luck, you duplicitous taint. P.S. Love you, Taint Goblin 69. Manager Valencia poorly too. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, if I did go to Valencia, it is in Spain, so there's a very strong chance I would manage it poorly. If anything is... Yeah. Love to see it. Right. Okay, so, catching y'all up. There's really much... To be fair, we were practically on the next match day nearly already, if I recall. There was like a couple of bits off stream that I did. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did like Zabar, we won that. We drew with Bikikara, but that's with like a super rotated side. And Uncle Paul. I don't have an Uncle Paul. I am, sadly, sans Paul uncles. I've still got your General, your Robs, and your Keiths, and your Bill. And technically Malcolm, but we all call him Muff. But that's just general sort of standard British uncle names, right? I am an Uncle Rob. There you go. In fact, how's it going? How's my auntie? St. Paul's Bake. There you go. Close enough. We've created the link, and that's all that we care about. Yeah, he got sent off in this game. I mean, not that it matters. It's a league game, right? But works on 10 people from randomly. Which faces mod? It's really hard to provide technical support unless I know exactly what mod you're using. So like I might do next year is actually make a mod list, because the word mod seems to be coming into the FM sphere more so than it has been prior, and I wonder if that's because of the switch over. It is going to be more like moddy stuff, so we may have to sort of change our nomenclature slightly. Uncle Rob, yeah, my Uncle Rob's a legend. Fat cool Paul. Yeah, there you go. I have a lot of Norwegian family too, but he's called Nick, so. Like, my cousin Nick, she's like, oh, you're Norwegian, but he's called Nick. And I'm just like, cool. Couldn't be called, like, Bjorn or Sven or something. No, Nick. PVM's regens. Ah, true, yeah, we wouldn't want to accidentally start getting with the times. Saint Nick, yes. No, great Portuguese surname? Norwegian surname. Klunglasef. That's a fucking great name. Megapack TCM. I don't know. I have no familiarity with TCM's face pack. I've only ever used TCM's logo pack. But I don't see why it wouldn't work, honestly. I mean, this is the situation, because I've never used TCM's faces. I use DF11 for mine, which is... I actually thought TCM had a thing with DF11 as it goes. But, yeah, unfortunately... only 10 of them are showing. Are you sure that it's just not that the players that... don't, for example, are there any like really high profile players that don't have faces in it, for example? Because if that's the case, then clearly something is not working. But it could just be that the faces aren't in the pack. But if it's only like 10 people, then it suggests that they're probably supposed to be there, right? Yes. Right. I'm honestly out of ideas, other than taking it off and putting it back on again. Have you actually like done the stuff with the clearing cache and resetting the skin and all that sort of jazz? Because the game won't do that for you unless you restart the full game. If in doubt, reinstall is usually a thing, but you want to make sure that you've got cleared the cache and you've reset the what's it called? I actually forgotten the clear cache, reload skin. That's usually what you have to do. Sometimes just restarting the game can do it, but I find that that's a bit odd. It doesn't always work. England cricket fans have to... Yeah, so never really, I tried watching cricket years ago. I watched a bit of T20 stuff, and that was a bit better for my like short attention span. But just wasn't for me, and at the end of the day, that's okay. Right? That's okay. Really long list of entries, yes. It's weird that it'd be picking up much really small. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like doing the entire process again, because at the end of the day, the worst that can happen is that it's exactly as broken as it currently is, and then at least we've got that to work with. But But the question is it actually showing some of the faces from the pack, or is some of the faces that you're seeing just faces that are actually in the game to begin with? Because remember, there are actually faces that are in the game because of licensing. For example, if you look at the Bundesliga, there's lots of licenses there already, so they have the full thing already kind of baked in. So, yeah, today we've got Villarreal and Marseille and City all at home. And that, for me, feels like a really nice loveliness, basically. I mean, I feel like France should win, but I just like the Dutch, and I think France probably will win in the end, but they're going to have to play a bit better. I didn't think they were amazing against Austria at the end of the day, and I think they will have to play better than that to beat the Dutch. Not that Austria are bad by any means, but I think they gave France some troubles. They were actually unlucky not to score a couple of times, or at least that one massive chance. I think it was Baumgartner, and my watch got stuck to my shirt. Well done. Yeah, it's a great set of fixtures, particularly as we got through Bayern away and Liverpool away and didn't lose, which is delightful. Yeah, a draw is very likely, which would screw my ACCA, but, like, who cares, right? Finish versus the group. Well, I mean, if you get the draw, it gives you a chance, right? I think people underestimate Austria. They do have some really solid players. And they always seem to be there or thereabouts.
Early access. Am I old man shouting at cloud that terms have changed, or is it the kids that are wrong?
Yeah, I don't know what it's like. I don't know what all this nonsense is about. New gen, indeed. No matter how many times I say it, I'm just not having it. Early access. Hey, I'll stop calling it early access when it doesn't say beta in the bottom corner. How about that? Watch them change that for this year just to spite us. I love that Inferno's just had to add the phrase, I hate the French. Allons-y! Well, is Mbappe going to be playing, or have they managed to sort out that mask situation for him yet? Like, do we actually know if he's in or out of this game yet? Because initially it was like, oh, he's going to miss the next game. Then it was like, oh, he can do it with a mask, but it's whether they can get that sorted for him in time. So I'm curious to see. I think not that it matters heavily whether, like, the winner will depend on whether he plays or not. France are so deep, it's actually unfair. Wants to play, nothing confirmed yet. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a late stage thing. Laszlo Molnar. I was trying to look for the age. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's insanely decent. 14 tackling. His tackling is nearly as much as his age. You love to see it. Lacks a bit of pace, and as we know, pace is king at this point, really. If he's training, yeah, I suppose. I guess it's different with training and, like, actually in matches because of the contact element of things, but, right. The guy from the Fall Out Boy in goal too. Oh, is it Pens? No. Pins? I can't remember his name. Seems like a good egg. I love that when the game started, the commentator was just like, how about how short he seems? How tall actually is he? What's this day of rest shit? There was no rest, and I am wicked. But I'm back today, and it's good. We're getting the lesser spotted Friday stream, which is a vibe. Hello, Steve. Yeah, all is good. Nothing serious. All is good. I'm all good. I just wanted to stream today because I probably wouldn't have come to... If I was streaming at the weekend, it would have been fine. But obviously, because I'm away this weekend, I was like, well, I'm not missing 2 streams in the same week. That would be... What was it? Unacceptable and unprofessional. So here we are on a Friday. And it's absolutely sweltering. So we're actually on match day. I don't think I did anything off stream in terms of get to the next match day. I think I literally just... Now, all these signings we did on stream, didn't we? Like that ridiculously cheap Danish 5-star potential guy who's 15. And we're unsure as to how good he's actually going to be. But when life hands you a player from Silkeborg like this and that you can actually sign immediately, you're just like, wow, okay. Throw on the big man. I'm liking the resurgence of big men strikers lately. Martin Adam, Val Veghorst, it's good to see. Even, I guess, Olivier Giroud to a certain extent, but he's got more silkiness. Maybe that people just assume that of him because he's so damn attractive. What a handsome man. I mean, unbelievable save right before him. Was that... I think I did watch that game. I must have done, actually. Messi, yeah, Messi is the ultimate big man, as you know. Right, so... We may as well jump into a game today because we've got shit to be doing with and I'm feeling confident about this. Like, we got through the tough games. We still got Man City at home today, but we're in a much better spot. Also, I don't know if you saw this in the Discord, but the game has Villarreal as a 42% favourite for this match. Despite the fact that when we played Liverpool away, we were at 33%. This time it's got... Bear in mind, Villarreal are 35th and have got 1 point in the group so far. So the game is just like, yeah, no, they're definitely the favourite for this. We definitely decided as well that this was the way to go, wasn't it? With Padilla dropping a little bit deeper so he could influence a bit more here and just trusting that Perez can get it done. But both he and Reynoso have underperformed this season. They're both... I think they're both -2 already on goals scored compared to their XG, so they need to pick it up a little bit. Oh, dear. I think we're just going to have to ignore them because I don't know why where they come from. Ball back! Tag, thank you for the 4 months.
Shit, I had that Friday feeling this morning thinking it was Friday but stream on so must be Thursday.
It's true. No, it is actually Thursday, unfortunately. One more day of the week to go. Don't worry, you can do this. Valmir. Valmir is the... Well, he's not the one that's going to start here unless Pebbles isn't fit. Oh, is Pebbles not fit? Ah, he's not. It's Villarreal. We could probably get away with Valmir. Basically, Valmir is Pebbles Mark II. He's Pebbles, but slightly better defensively. It's the second Thursday in a row. I like the way you think. Yeah, this is Valmir. I picked him up before the last stream. He was actually on our shortlist from like a year ago. But when he came through the scout report, because I had it set to get up to date, I just clicked anyway because I was like, oh, that's some interesting stars. And I thought, hang on a minute, this is exactly who we want. It was literally the perfect guy for the job. What Maltese starter? Well, you could count Vida Xenia, but he's a naturalised Maltese, and he's not actually starting these days. Entirely separate. The thing is, though, with the social media stuff, absolutely, it's just total nonsense. You can ignore it. But with the percentages, something is technically calculating those, right? It's mad. But yeah, Valmir, he's just... I don't know, what is his name? Oh, Valmir Silva Ochoa. Speaking of... Oh, by the way, right? The one thing I did try to do in between streams is I tried to sign Valenhopt, right? The board blocked the transfer. I've never seen them do that before. They blocked me from signing him. So I literally wasn't able to sign him. We'll try again, maybe later today, once it's had a chance to elapse, because I can't go in back again because the club won't let me bid on him at the moment because obviously they've just been cancelled. But yeah, because basically he has a release clause, and I tried to do clauses, I had to pay slightly over the release clause to get them to accept the fee, but the board blocked it. They wouldn't let me pay more than the release clause, but I don't want to pay the release clause up front. I wanted to pay it over a long period of time because it's extremely expensive. Yeah, it's very, very annoying. But I would really like to sign him. And I feel like we should. But yeah, his release clause is actually 36 million. And I tried to get them on a... Let's try again, see if they'll actually talk to me now. No, see, they're still being wimps about it. This was what I had agreed. 15, 10, 10, 5. Now, I might be able to go a bit lower and get them to accept it. But usually when it's a release clause and you want to pay not all up front, you have to pay slightly over it. Exclamation mark tactics. We'll get you all the tactics. Yeah, it's annoying. But I feel like it was the only way that we were going to be able to sign him was with stages. We didn't want to drop 36 million up once on one player. We could try that. That might work. We'll have to sort of try and... I think it was quite recent, so this is why they're still being wimps about it. But I thought that was reasonable. Because if you actually look at how it breaks down, I considered this basically a £15 million signing, then like one signing a year for the next few years. Less than the release clause. You would... Oh, that's a good point, actually. That is a phenomenal point, Thomas, and I had not considered that. You're right. Because I asked his agent, and it's still showing a transfer value instead of his release clause value, which means they're willing to take less. So I should potentially be able to get him at least for the release clause in combined. Great shout. Yeah, unfortunately, Malta just doesn't produce good enough players. No matter what we do, we're never going to be able to produce players that are good enough for our starting 11 in Malta. It's just not possible. I mean... Matthew Side is probably the best, and he's not good enough for our starting 11 at this stage. It is weird that the board don't trust me by now. I guess it's like, maybe win a Champions League and we'll get back to you, right? Stack of payments has been... Yeah, it's the only way that we could really... Basically, it's just my resistance on paying 36 million up front, particularly with the FFP implications of that. Despite us getting the quasi money, another bit of quasi money, Man City paid us another 25 mil. But I just wasn't wanting to take the risk of putting us in the FFP hole in a couple of years. Potentially. So Gert's back, which is nice. He's still lacking a bit of match sharpness, obviously, because he's been out for a while. But I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the club. Now, one thing. I was looking at some stats before stream. And up front, 20 million up front. 20 million is too much up front. The whole point about this is I don't want to spend that much up front. The issue is the upfront payment, because that's where the FFP stuff comes in. I want to spread it as much as I can across the length of the contract to amortize it, because we don't want to get stuck with an FFP bubble. Because you know how it can be. No, it was only 4 million over, but maybe it's because they know that they'll accept less than that and the game is trying to balance it out somehow. See a doctor at that point. Yeah, very important. So yeah, Palacio, we play better with Palacio in the team because he scores more goals, has more shots and creates more key passes. Lahovi just has better cross completion. So currently, Palacio is still the better player in terms of his output statistically currently, but it's pretty close. So, that should be okay actually. Oh, do I want Alberto on the bench? It's always Miklos. He's always the one. The punishments for FFP are you get banned from Europe, basically. So you would be excluded from playing in European competition, which would be absolutely catastrophic in this save if we were banned. Now, we've never had it happen, but we've come close before. I remember it nearly happening with Pinedo when I sold that guy on the Tromsø save. And points deductions as well, I believe, yeah, potentially. But that wouldn't care. I wouldn't care as much about points deductions because we'd win the league anyway, but it's the excluded from Europe that would be absolutely devastating. Because when Pinedo, we got him sold out from under us for like £80 million on the Tromsø save. We didn't spend the money immediately, but then we did spend it, £40 million the following season. We then nearly fell into an FFP hole because of it and had to sell a load of guys, basically. I think we actually ended up selling the guy that we bought in order to cover it off, basically. Alberto is... He's actually only got the one assist this season, but he has only come off the bench twice, right? 4 minutes payback, and I guess you can understand what that... Yeah. Yeah. Transfer ban. I don't believe you do. Yeah, exactly. It's... all that as well. If you technically are failing FFP, even if you've got £200 million in the bank, your finances go from rich to okay, and as a result, the board will just start selling your players to do it for you. And it is irritating, which is how we lost Tony, right? Which is very annoying. Right. I'm hoping that that wasn't a flukiness in the last stream, and that actually we are genuinely good. Wait, oh, Meza. For some reason, I thought that was Lucas Marza then. Tony Sunday still make this team? Yes. Absolutely. Tony Sunday, particularly as he's had a chance to develop at Barcelona. So, for example, the role he would fill would obviously be that of Gert Gillet, who I still think is an excellent player. In fact, he's considered to be very good. But Tony Sunday is this good. It's the mentals on Tony that make the difference. Like, you can actually see that in a couple of areas. Like, Gert is actually slightly better in terms of his physicals, aerials, and his... but barely. Where Tony flourishes is the mental side of the game. He has some weird things, like his crossing's really good too, but that's where he gets him. I mean, he is elite. This is the role he'd play. So you can see, Gert has slightly better marking, same passing. Aggression's much worse, though. Tony just absolutely stomps all over him in virtually every area on the mental side of the game. And I don't think Gert's ever going to catch that. That's the Cree. That's the Cree. That's the thing. Home to Tony Tuesday. We don't know. We don't stream on Tuesdays. CFC Ryan, thank you for the follow. That was really delayed there. Bet was against the ball. Yeah. And he has some good defensive attributes too, which is nice. Didn't play when I was expecting. Well, yeah, Tony, I think, was just too good. It actually is kind of crazy how good he was, because he went to Barca and immediately was just a first teamer for them and has been ever since. Which... oh, I didn't look up Friday, did I? Wait, I swear I did. No, I didn't. There's loads of Fridays. I felt like I saw a request for Friday. It just didn't show up on my feed. So we've got Friday Chidi, Chinadu Friday, Monday Friday. Monday. Oh my god, he's a brand new regen. He's a brand new regen called Monday Friday. It's the dream. Set save back. Honestly, I don't think it was as devastating as perhaps we thought, because we were able to make him up in the aggregate. It wasn't like losing a striker. It did cost us, but probably only by about one season. It wasn't like a losing Juliet type of situation. That was catastrophic. It'd be like us losing Reynoso right now. Although I think it'd be less devastating, because at least we have other strikers, whereas when we lost Juliet, we had nothing. In the second tier of Albania, holy Christ, with who? We've got to look at this guy, right? Oh, he's a goalkeeper as well. That's actually slightly more disappointing. I think he's too young to sign for us. I'll just do that because I don't think he's actually going to talk to us, but I'll shortlist him anyway. But of course the game's done it for me because it loves doing stuff I don't want. Sorry for the music. Oh, absolutely. I didn't play CONCACAF last night. No, I wasn't available yesterday at all. Hence why I didn't stream at all. I missed out on that. It did seem like it was really fun. Who won in the end? Ah, Neymar. With a little bit of Italian in there too. Wait, that means he's Italian-Brazilian, which means... Don, I've got to know. What's the name? Because he's going to have a lovely Italian name in there too. It would be like Neymar Junior Botticelli or something. With USA? No way. Neymar Volante. Yes. Love to see it. Honestly, it could have been better. I was hoping for something better than Volante, but it's not bad. Yeah, I bet he's going to love that. Yeah, no, I would have loved to have been involved, but I just wasn't available. I didn't get back last night until like 11 o'clock. Ended up eating KFC in like a car park at like... yeah, it wasn't the best day. Yeah, it's called ABC. I can't remember what it stands for. Would you... I mean, it might stand for ABC. always be closing, chat. That's what I've been told. God, what a great look-up that was. The fact that we actually might be able to get him, or not maybe right now, but in time, we shall get him. Okay, Chalet lacks match sharpness. We've played Villarreal 4 times in this save. We have never lost to them. The only game we had against them that wasn't a win was a 0-0 draw, like, in 2028. Our last 2 results have both been 5-0 victories. In theory, this should be straightforward for us. Touch wood. Which would be nice to get the first win of the day and get us going, particularly as we've got 3 home games today. That's incredible. Yeah. It was cold as well. It wasn't the best. Particularly as we had to go to a different services because the one we were going to, we were like, oh, that's the only one here, and then it was closed. Which was just fun. Glengarry, yes, it was, yeah. Right. Okay. Yellow submarine's about to, I say sink because, I mean, it's already sunk, kind of, because it's a submarine. If anything, bringing it to the land would be more disreputable for it. Argentina, Brazil, Chile pack. Oh, really? That's dope. They are the favourites. Yes, they are the favourites. 42% favourites, like heavy favourites. Liverpool only had a 1% favouritism over us, I believe, for the away game. But, oh, wow, that possession. I'm looking for good things today. I don't know how we're going to see... Like, Valmir is going to get to start in it. Oh, go on. Oh, look at this patience. Krastev, go on, buddy. Just have a shot. Oh, he's... Oh, my lord. I really do like what the Segunda Volante does to free up our right wing back. Empty stand. It's because we have some standing space in our stadium, and as a result, we're not allowed to fill it in Europe yet. We're slowly but surely... Every year, the board do, like, a little bit more to the stadium to transfer it over, but it seems to do it in like really small chunks. So last year it was 450 seats were added at the expense of some of the standing space. Oh, this is nice. Palacio. Perez! He's on. Yep, he's onside. Beautiful. That's what we needed. That is about time. Perez has really struggled this season in Europe. Both he and Reynoso are over, I think, around 2 goals under their expected goals. But this was just a really nice build-up. I think the pass from, I think it's Gillet, this one, is perfect. He just gives Palacio so little to do there, and that's such a great finish. Really nice. Yeah, we've still not built a new stadium yet, and I'm okay with that, actually, because it would cost us a load of money, and right now, we're just happy extending this as far as we can. Bear in mind, Hamrun actually have a bigger stadium in Malta now than we do. Fulton selling Perez, the man who just scored the goal. I don't know why we would do that. I haven't really no reason to sell him, right? He's one of our starting strikers. As much as he's underperformed a little bit, we're not going to be able to sign anyone better, so we may as well make the most of it. Valmir's through. Can he finish? Oh, he's got to finish. Yeah, the goalkeeper is called Valencia. He's made a poor choice. It's Antonio Valencia, imagine. Asier Valencia. This is in St. Paul's. This is our actual stadium. I think the stadium would literally just be called Janos Toff or something, but we could obviously change it. And Perez has now won us a penalty. It was a little bit, Johnson, but fact is, I don't think we'd get enough money to the point where... Like, I think Perez has fantastic attributes, and I think it's just a question of us unlocking him. We wouldn't be able to sign a better player than him. But it has been frustrating with him a little bit at times. But I feel like it's more a case of us trying to get the best out of him. Go on, Padilla from the spot. Oh, it's so easy. He's an absolute penalty merchant. 6th goal of the season. Sirens 2, Villarreal 0. I think this tactic now feels really nice. I think it's kind of a bit of a jack of all trades in a few ways, but in a good way. Like, we're capable of beating the small sides, the games we should be winning, and we're capable of competing with better sides, even away from home, which is exactly what I wanted to see from us. Like, those results against Liverpool and Bayern were exactly the remedy to things. Now, how we do against Manchester City at home later today is going to be fascinating, because that's the one that really is going to matter when it comes to, like, the knockout games, is us getting those home wins against big sides. But I feel like top 8 is on the cards. If we win all 3 games today, that would take us to 14 points with 2 games to spare. So pretty much not shoo-in by any means. Oh, it's Alba Redondo! What a tackle. Right, go on, Perez. Drop it short, or just use a bit of that speed that you've got. And that's another one of the reasons I don't want to get Perez, because he's got so much pace, and we know how important that is. What a cross. Wait a minute. Oh, my days. What a cross. Love to see that. We're creating chances. We're looking good here. We still look a little bit vulnerable in pace, but again, like just Paya's getting across. We look composed on the ball. I really like our build-up as well. Like, bot self-promoting. It's just, everything feels really nicely balanced. Oh, Reynoso's got to surely square this. And he does, and Perez slots it home again. 3-0. Okay. Okay. Now we are vibing. Sirens 3, Villarreal. I know we've beaten them 5-0 the last 2 times we played them, but this is only 22 minutes in. Everything just seems so good. Like, Valmir drops one of their players deep. It just allows this beautiful pass. The fact that he's picked this out, too. Like, the defender's got to be doing better with that, but Perez has scored. John Guerrero, ooh. I think he may actually be retired. He moved around a little bit inside Malta for a while, but I think he may have just randomly retired at like 29. Pays a high cap clause. Immediately forced through the deal. I wonder if that's useful. Hang on. Metamorph part exchange method offered the players a high cap clause and it immediately forced through the deal. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see what you mean. So what you're saying is, when the ship player that I buy, say from just example, Birkikara, right? Oh my god, it's nearly... Oh, it's 4. Padilla scored again. Oh, come on. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, hang on, it's unassisted, potentially. That might still count because it's unassisted. I'm not going to fall into this trap. I don't know how that could be offside. We'll see. Yep, given. 4-0 Sirens. Get in. It's a shame that heading against the bar doesn't count as an assist. That's a great cross. Valmir again at the back post. That's what I want to see. Love that he goes to the header there. I suppose he's quite short. Yeah, so essentially, I buy the player off of Birkikara or whatever, and then you put a really high cap clause in it because that way you get the player immediately agrees to it. Interesting. That's a really interesting idea. Do you think it like tricks the game and like forces it to go through straight away, and so it doesn't give the player as much chance to say no? We'll have to test that in January with someone really good like Pereira, potentially. Yeah, all good, Dan. All good. Deteriorate for me. Candidates from last youth intake. Additional mission debate. Oh. That's interesting. Well, the keeper's had... The keeper's being a bit unfairly punished. 3.47 XG in the first half, by the way. Love to see it. It feels fine for me, but our youth intakes have got even worse. But it's just hard to know how much of that is the youth intakes actually being any worse. For all I know, they're actually slightly better. It's just Junior Trabil. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, Trabi. This is him. Junior Trabi. Spanish Ivorian. Born in Parla. Cool name. Junior Trabi. Yeah, exactly. The defensive side of the system is what I really like as well. Like, they've got loads of the ball, but it doesn't matter. Because we're just sat in our compact system, and then we just break on them, and they just never know who to pick up. Probably time to make some changes now. No need to keep unnecessary players on the pitch here. Get Kamga on, because he can do the job. Birkelond as well. Both strikers have been awesome today. Really pleased with that. We'll go with Pereira. God, I love having the options here. And Henry, because he's clutch. And Vida, because it's Vida. Be rude not to, right? How to be... I think that, and people have been saying this, that you get better youth intakes in the first couple of seasons. Almost as like a hook for you. I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I was doing some more tests with Beaconsfield on Wednesday, and I was noticing they were getting worse. However, I did get a really good youth intake in like season 6, where I got like a 130 PA guy. So I guess it just becomes less frequent, I suppose. Yeah, first Champions League game of the stream. I'm a bit disappointed that in this second half, we have literally done nothing. I mean, we're 4-0 up, so who cares? But we've only created like 0.5 XG. Still no shots for Villarreal, though, which is the most important thing. Gavin! Or Gareth, should I say. Thank you very much for the 16 months.
Happy Friday, Matto. Are you lost or something? Did you click the start streaming button instead of recording by mistake and had to roll with it?
I did. I was actually getting dressed ready for my Miami Vice convention, and then I accidentally hit stream instead of record, and now I'm just pretending that I didn't exactly do that. First season, yeah. And were they usable for like a long period of time? I suppose you can't really see like the PA and stuff, but it'd be curious to know if they had like one of the highest PAs in general. Oh, well, of course it is, Dingo, but like, I've... Go on. Oh, he's got a hat-trick. But from my test, because I've been doing this test with the editor on, the actual intakes are still worse after those first couple of seasons. So the star ratings are actually, at this point, are kind of irrelevant with Beaconsfield, because it's like the 7th tier, so they're always 5-star players for the most part. But when you actually look at the PAs, there's a 5-star guy that's 130 and a 5-star guy that's 50. And there's your 5-0. Be rude not to. Things you'd love to see. 4 point... Oh, hang on. Surely not 6-0. I think we might be back if we get another goal here. Padilla's ball in. Oh, over the crossbar from... Was that Kamga? It was. Friday. I know. Hello, Daz. All is well. England were not good against the Swiss. I imagine that's probably because they were playing against Denmark, but that might be just me. They weren't very good against the Swiss either, I must admit. We never left you. I've been here since Tuesday. Yeah, obviously I can't do it in this save, but a lot of people basically seem to believe that you get a couple of better youth intakes at the very start of a save to kind of get you. So don't worry, Dan. You can't say stuff like that, though, and not have us rip you. It's just how it works. I would expect nothing less if I said the same thing. And you know what would happen there. Next gen when he had... that's insane. Yeah, it also shows you how bad my head of youth development's, like, judging PA and CA is. Because I only signed him because he had fairly professional... No, he had professional personality and he played the exact same tactic as I was using with Beaconsfield. So I was like, I don't really care what his judging PA and CA is. I'll be signing them all anyway. So it doesn't really care. It doesn't really matter what he thinks of the players at this point. Can't even beat the Swiss, I know. Right. Great start. Best goal difference so far as well. This is beautiful. We've got Marseille next. Who... Wait. Oh, I've gone up to 8th. Holy shit. They were literally 24th. At the start of this match day, and now they've gone up to 8th. Although, admittedly, the game's in hand for other teams. Yeah, we can't sign Friday, Monday just yet, but that's fine. We'll add him to the show. Oh, I already did that, didn't I? Man United being last, yeah, it's like, why can't we play them this time round? Like, this is the one time I'd really like to play them. Padilla with a hat-trick from Advanced Playmaker, though. It's giving me Sarabia vibes. No, not Sarabia. There was a playmaker I was playing with that Wolves test, and he was doing stuff like this constantly. I know he got a penalty in there, but 2 open play goals as well. This is more like it from him. I think he's way more comfortable sat back here, and I think it's just because he doesn't have to do so much running. Was it Sarabia? Yeah. I got Sarabia to get me 20 goals and 20 assists in the same season with Wolves. Now, admittedly, only the 1 assist so far this season for Padilla, but he'll get those with like, set pieces and stuff. I think England... I mean, I didn't watch the game yesterday. I didn't get a chance to see any football yesterday, but my mates told me that it was not good. I think just having him be slightly deeper is just better for him. Because if he's playing up here, I think he's just being asked to do too much running. As an advanced forward, I just don't think he's fast enough. And obviously, as a pressing forward, it's an absolute nightmare. So having him sit here is just more... It's good for him. I think it's actually his preferred role overall. Got ref rolled. But so far this season, 8 goals, 1 assist, popping. I think he's actually our top scorer now. Yep, top scorer over Ilya Jezanovic. Oh no, I'll try to find the highlights after stream. Because we may end up finishing a tad early today anyway, just because, 1, I'm not supposed to be streaming on a Friday, and 2, there is a game at 2 o'clock, and we've actually only got these 3 Champions League games to get through today. We've already got through 1 of them, so we may end up finishing a little earlier today. Depending on how much I absolutely chat shit. And if you were here on Tuesday, you know that I was on a different level of shit chatting for that stream. The endorphins were wild for that day. For what to make complete sense. Oh, sum it up for me. I feel like from watching the Serbia game, the Dolphins. This is what Pog and I call endorphins. We call them the Dolphins. Because we're weird like that. Just like, you know, random couple language in it. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's one of my chatty boys. Using your lexicon. It is now. You mean you don't use the phrase chit chatting? Silliness. No, I was just having a vibe on Tuesday. It was great fun. Okay, so City win. What does that do for us? Yeah, Marseille dropped down to 12th, but that's not a bad start. They've beaten Lille and Galatasaray, drawn against Benfica, and lost. They've actually not played anyone that's, like, super good so far, other than Juve, and they lost 3-0. Chat shitting, shit chatting. I think they both work. I feel like they're interchangeable in a good way. It gives you a bit of flexibility with it, right? Hey, look, we're also up to... That's another good sign, right? That we're up to 4th in the youth league, and you know how important the youth tactics are when it comes to the youth teams. That's very nice. Yeah, it seems like we're being a little bit too defensive. Like, get the lead and then just trying to hang on to it. I don't know winning the game is... You know, they don't ask how, they ask how many. But at some point, also Bayern lost to Ajax with Mahmoud Kevi, the guy that used to play for us, scoring or getting sent off. God, I wish we'd managed to find a way to get him. That would have been great. Second and third top scorer, not even in the group. Really? Yeah, it feels like the goals being spread around a little bit. It feels like the kind of year where one of our guys could maybe sneak in there. In fact, Padilla's got... Yeah, look at this. Is Celtic even in there? And Ludovic Albakari is, and then it's Padilla. I think this is a year that one of our guys could pop off, potentially. Which would be exciting. 19-year-old Honker. Yeah. Matt Serka. Worth a scout. We've not seen him before, so we might as well get him while we're here. Yeah, the fact that Padilla's... Oh, we actually already are scouting them. The fact that Padilla's popped off for us is nice. Lack of assists yet, but he does take a lot of set pieces for us because he's so good at them. He's so good at them, so he will get them over the course of the season without a doubt. Kylian Mbappe to study for his... How's the old Mbappe's looking these days? Do you know what? He ain't horrendous. As a coach now, we've actually developed old Kizza into a solid... I mean, he's not a fitness coach by any means, which is ironic considering Kylian Mbappe as a player, but he's determined. Good to have you here, bud. I think that's... I might have to run that thing again. Also, I didn't even look at the fixtures here. FM Christmas is March 31st. That's the date you want to keep in your calendar when big FM Santa comes down your chimney and whatnot. No, it's a fake game. Hamren hosting Gladbach. Oh, it's a repeat of the Europa League quarterfinal from last year. That'll be fascinating. And Sweetie hosting Roma. Tough. Very tough. Zabar hosting Bodø. Not easy. Birkirkar away at Shamrock Rovers. For whatever reason, I know that Shamrock Rovers will win that. No matter how bad they do, whenever they face a Maltese side, they get their game together. Who's poaching? No one will end up poaching Mbappe. He's probably got too high a rep. They only seem to go after the loan farm guys, which is brilliant. I'd be amazed if we get even one win. I think the most likely win is Zabar against Bodø. I reckon we get 4 points. 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses. And unfortunately, I think the Shamrock Birkirkar game is going to be 1. But Staver can do bits, so there is a chance. That scared the shit out of me. We're okay. We're okay. Son of a quiche! You son of a quiche. Thank you very much for the 7 months. How was your Friday? Oh, dear. A facial lacqueration, did you say?
Happy Friday to everyone less than 3.
I don't think he's going to start next game. No, we'll choose Club Doctor. There's no reason not to, right? Odds on which Maltese? I think it's probably Sweetie. I think one of these days, Sweetie or Hamren will end up accidentally dropping into the Conference League and creating havoc. Although... there is the off chance that we get someone that starts to become like the 3rd best team quite quickly. As in 3rd best of the others. And maybe that, because they'll always end up being in the Conference League, and maybe they end up getting there first. I don't know. We've only ever had one final in the save for someone other than us, and that was the Sweetie final against Marseille, of all people. But Sweetie were nowhere near as good as they are now. Right. Yeah, someone's kicked him in the face. They've gone full John Hartson on him. Okay. That is processing for an ungodly amount of time. Right. Hamren 0-0. Sweet. Oh! Firstly, Hamren 0-0 against Gladbach is brilliant. I would say that's fair. We take that. This one, though, please don't be an absolute piss take. I beg of you. Fair. Did as well as they could have done. Roy Fleming still scores twice for them against Roma. But you can sort of see that they're actually edging towards being able to get results against these sorts of... I mean, this was just... if they'd have got anything, that would have been a travesty, in fairness. But they're at least starting to compete a little bit more. And Roy's still scoring goals. He's got 8 in 11 this season. Still not bloody Maltese yet. Don't get they were ahead as well. If it wasn't for the Massetti own goal, Roy is lethal. Right, okay, so that's 1 point. I just need a win from these other 2 games. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be damned. Shamrock Rovers 2, with Jason Donnelly obviously scoring both goals because he's the only player that we know about at Shamrock. Mateus, and no goal from Staver. In fact, did Staver even start this game? No, he didn't. Hot down. Start material for us? No. Well, we don't know about PA because we don't know his PA. We just know that he wouldn't start for us, no. Because we've got Reynoso, Perez, Henry, Tenconi, Padilla. I'd rather start all 5 of those guys ahead of Roy. He's just not quite elite. He's like sub-elite for us, which is perfect for Sweetie. Yeah, maybe there was an injury. Either way, they've won 4-2 away from home. Jason Donnelly, if you've not seen Jason Donnelly, this guy's been at Shamrock Rovers the entire save, and he's just insanely good. 5-star lone guy, still 5-star. Oh, Miguel Torres. It says Hungarian there. Oh, Peter Ferenc. How dare you think he's Hungarian? No, he's actually Slovak-Irish. Born in Komano. There he is. I did not change the stream schedule. No, I couldn't stream yesterday, so I'm making up for it today. So in a way I did, but it's not like the schedule's changed. I'm just, you know, it's just a one-off. Second Indonesia, second... Cambodia. Out of those, Cambodia sounds fun as fuck. The fact that you've got access to it, I'd be all over the Cambodia hype train there. Basically still Hungary. Oh, so it's like a, not an exclave, but like a Hungarian... So they would speak Hungarian, for example, there. Well, it's because I'm not here this weekend. I didn't want to like not stream 2 weeks. Right, okay, come on. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. How on earth did 5 goals come out of this match? Amrucci has been an underrated banger for Zabar. Naleko and Mendes Sanchez with the goals as they beat Bodder. We take that. Yeah, I think this is the reason why, right? He's not amazing, but he's got perfect attributes. He has perfect attributes, and he's done well. 6 goals and 3 assists this season as well. I'm so glad we spent the money on him, just purely based on those attributes, and actually got it. Companion team. Ooh, yes. Let's have a look. Chirivong Sok Sensei. Oh, there's a chicken on the badge. They're like a Cambodian Spurs. Which, even more reason for you to manage them, James. Cambodian Spurs right there. Cock on the badge. What more do you need? That, I'm in. Where's my Asian journeyman save? Christ. Yeah, I don't intend to. They just don't tend to stay that long, right? That's the cool thing. I had Slovak roommates when I lived in a dorm. They were regularly fighting Hungarians. So you were just sort of sat there and the subtitle just says angry Hungarian noises. Okay, that's a lot of points. That's like 7 more. Wow, we take that. What does that do for these guys? Zabar have won 9 out of... They've got 9 out of 9. They've won every single game so far in the Conference League. Do you remember when we were super angry that they got into Europe and now they're absolutely making the most of it, have signed some really good players on loan and are making shit happen? And Bikikara now, 7 points. They're both already qualified with 3 matches to spare. What are we worried about? GG, lads. Right, what about Europa League? This is where it gets a bit weirder. Because obviously, Hammer got 4 points. And Sweetie have 5 points. They're doing okay. They're sort of matching it so far. But they do need to pick it up a little bit.
Happy Hungarian noises. Thanks for all the fun.
Thank you, Dressage Guy, for the 14 months and the happy Hungarian noises. You'd love to see it. Is he professional? It might be... dear. It might be because of the database. I feel like sometimes they kind of cheat and make things professional. We would never. Oh, by the way, chat, update on this chap right here. Apparently, I have on good authority from the Discord that this name is pronounced Keelan. We've arrived at Keelan. I have it on good authority. Spoonerman's told me that it's Keelan or Kalen. So there you go. Sure, it's like Kelleher's name. Well, no, because his name's Kaveen. I kind of want to change his name to Keelan Mbappe. It's like someone says, like, just doing it to confuse the English. And I don't blame them. It's a great name, though. It's fantastic. Apparently, it's a more commonly associated with more a women's name, for what I heard, anyway. Right. It's wait, really? Wow, okay. Interesting. Plus, remember, we've got our quite expensive American centre-back, well, centre-back that isn't a centre-back, joining us in January too, from Austin. The guy that's from Bryan, Texas. Kylian Flembappe? The professor. I know, annoyingly, I didn't actually see the Turkey game. I was working on something, and apparently the Turkey-Georgia game was an absolute banger. I've watched like a disgustingly low amount of football in the last couple of days, unfortunately. But I'm back on it today. It's good times. It's a Friday. What have we got later? We've got Ukraine versus Slovakia, Poland, Netherlands, and... Fuck, what's the other one? I actually forget who the other game is. Yeah, I need to go watch some of the highlights of those games. It's hard to keep up. Poland, Austria. Oh yeah, Poland, Austria, and Netherlands, France. Yeah, sorry, I got confused, yeah. Yeah, I saw that Rob Page had been sacked. Delta Sport. That sounds like a football club. Or television network. And here they are. With 4 players and what looks to be an AC Milan badge that they had definitely not ripped off. Hello, Daniel. Only 2... Yeah. Which is fine because it doesn't really conflict. I mean, it's still going to conflict a little bit today. It depends on how early we get this Champions League games done, in fairness. Go an Octo track. Why not, right? No. I like that they've just dumped a random... This is where you're like, Matt, there is actually a triangle randomly on the Milan badge. What gives? I love seeing this happen inside Europe. It's great when... I like Bologna. I mean, it's kind of like Bologna, but like... I feel like it's kind of like they've... No, it's very much Milan. It's literally Milan. That is Super Milan. Right? Yeah. Definitely Milan. Yeah, what's with the random triangle? Illuminati chat. Or something. Delta's written. Oh my god, yes, with your Greek knowledge. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is. It's a delta symbol, isn't it? Of course. Right. 9 million. Okay, this is going to be a fascinating... Ooh, right, better not be a centre-back. 9 million on a centre-back with 9 heading is quite a tough ask, particularly with 12 jumping reach as well. He's going to have to be fucking amazing on the ground defending, because he's not going to be able to win many aerial challenges with 12 jumping reach. How old is he? 19, and that means it's unlikely to improve by much as well. Knocks ball past opponent with 6 dribbling as well. Or is that more to do with his pace, which isn't actually that high either? I have some concerns. However, perfectionist personality, you might be okay. Value set to increase a while. It was 2030 to, I would say, a good 5 or 6 years for them to come back to where they are now, at least. Anyway, if it's a delta, it's upside down. Ah, yeah. At this point, it's just a triangle. It's a Deathly Hallow or whatever. Christ, typing in this team name is going to be a mission in itself. Oh, thank God. Everyone's like, I got you, bruv. What in the... Togo delivers. Welcome to Shark Tale. Good point, Dingo. We don't have any evidence to suggest that they didn't. And right now, it's their word against ours, right? That is fantastic. Huge, great use of the shark. Love that he's sort of heading the football. Togolese SeaWorld is a vibe. San Jose Sharks. Speaking of San Jose Sharks, Inferno, what do you make of Barclay Goodrow and... Fuck, who was the other guy they got? They picked up someone else as well. They're making moves. There was someone else they picked up. Was it Belladonna? I can't remember his name. Ty something. He's like a depth forward, I think, but... Poor guy. It's fine. They get Celebrini. They've got Will Smith on a new contract. He's going to slap. The future's bright. It's an affiliate club. I don't think I'd want them as an affiliate club somehow. Delandria, that's it, yeah. Oh, they actually have one. Comlan Konya. Well, he's worth a scout because he's only 19, right? Oh. Right. That's a song request. And... So I'll type in like that and then... Oh. No, unfortunately, we do, however, get Gavin Moth for Shalvey Sports, which I'd say was worth the trip. See, this right here, Hadrian, is why they shouldn't have done that. We've missed... I think it's ruined our Guam's fun, if nothing else. King's Zulu, I think it's kind of cool, kind of retro. I'm seeing the Ducks are going orange, and I do kind of wish they would just, if they're going to go back to the old style, just get with the green and teal. Go full Mighty Ducks of Anaheim back again. It's a vibe. Fun of the daytime goes, can't play under the floodlights. No, he can. He just gets distracted, constantly running up and down the pitch all the time. Qualm for our Guams, yeah. Go buy food from the shops and just in case close an hour, just cook pasta with no extras. Good question. Or alternate point, Jose, and this is what I would do in this situation. I would say order a takeaway. Why can't I lose weight? I just don't know. That's what I would do in that situation. Bart Gaudreau has included the Sharks on his 15-team no-trade list that Chris Drew, been told by several folks that Gaudreau is not happy about. Yeah, so, but the problem is, because it's a no-trade clause, what appears to have happened is the Rangers placed him on waivers, and then San Jose picked him up off waivers, and according to Elliot Friedman, that's like a way around the no-trade clause, because he's got a no-trade clause, but not a no-move clause. So... that's the sort of the distinction, yeah. Which is intriguing. It was a great name because obviously the film, but then they changed it to the Anaheim Ducks because they were trying to be all professional and all that, and it's just like, come on now, come on. Agree a contract. NHL contracts are a bit weird like that. Particularly as I believe that the situation is that because basically the reason that the Rangers wanted to do this is because he was costing, like, was it 3.5 million AAV? Like, that's a lot. He did score 6 goals in the playoffs, but his production has not really been there. But yeah, he clearly doesn't want to go there. But I don't know. I feel like it's a rebuild, obviously, the biggest of all rebuilds. But they are at least going to be a team on the up at some point. Right. That was just dumb. Yeah. Right. Something I've also been messing around with is using quick pick more. Because I find selection advice, sometimes he just does stuff that he puts players in the team that don't need to be in the team for absolutely no reason. Whereas selection advice just puts best player in team for the most part. Not always, as you can see here, but like I've noticed that there's some weird stuff that he does with selection advice in certain games where he'll just randomly put in like your third choice goalkeeper because he knows the tactic. It's like, yeah, cool. Like, I'm sure the youth players know the tactic too. Doesn't mean they should start in the Champions League, innit? Right, Pebbles, I really should be starting him here though. Because he's going to have to get that match sharpness back, and this is the best way of doing it, especially with an international break coming up in a moment as well. Yeah, you mean Capitals friendly? Because I think Puckpedia have now launched a collaboration with Elite Prospects, which might kind of fill the void a little bit. Sorry, I know we're talking puck stick again. Is that like hand egg? No Arcadia Shepherds either. God, FM, you're really robbing me of fun here. I should be having words when I get a chance. Just, again, with all of this stuff, I think it'd just be so sick if you just had the option to turn it off. NPC music. This is a bop. How dare you? This is a vibe. NPC music. Deary me. Yeah. Was there a Linda? Did I miss a Linda? California Angels. Holy shit. Yeah, that's before my time a little bit. It's Midsummer. Oh, you love to see it. Right. Yeah, I remember they're a lower league side, right? That's what, third tier? Chat. From now on, for the rest of the stream, I want the most NPC music song request that you can imagine. Hit me with it. I want One Direction. I actually can't. Busted is just kind of good. Like, just... It's the unicorn. I did actually know that, yes. Closing, yes. That's what we want. The fighting, it's very important. Actually, it's come back again since COVID. Yeah, let's get this pumped up. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? Yeah, okay, I now understand why my assistant didn't want to start these two. Particularly as this is an opportunity to start Vieira anyway. Cool. Right. Minnesota North Stars. Yeah. Be cool if they could somehow work a way to get that back again. Magic Dragons, yeah. And yet, still have some absolute bops. Not going to pretend they don't. There you go. Lovely stuff, usual suspect. Love to see it. Wish I could just give out channel points. Superb. Although, I would have preferred Demons. Just saying. Lana Del Rey, yes. Lovely scenes. But again, this is one of these things where it's like, I actually just will enjoy this music just fine. Like, is it stuff I would listen to on the constant? Probably not. But, like, I take joy. We're going to start Alberto. Anarith would love it. Yeah, cool. Did you get in there right before it? No way. Maroon 5. Yes, now we're talking. I need some Harder to Breathe, or is that too, like, so old that it's actually become kind of retro now, right? We popping. What's the K division? I don't know. It's probably because they're not in a turned-on league, so it's probably just kind of doing random shit.
I will force you to compare our league composition and look on an extra image by throwing some bits your way, six stonks.
Yeah, love to see it. What was the score, firstly? Hopefully it was a win. Nice straightforward win, and 4-1. Hey, wait. Sorry. Melita. It's a 4-1 win. That's not Melita. No, we don't do that here. I'm fairly certain. Isn't Melita the one that is like Ronaldo's Luxembourg? Us against Melita. 7-6. Oh, maybe it was Marsa. Oh, it was Marsa, not
Simply
Melita.
Thank you.
I missed something there. Wait. Was that? Oh, sorry. I didn't jump in the right feed. Suka, thank you very much for the 5 months. Right, now let's check this out. Wait, there's loads of links here. Wait. 1, 2. Let's have a look. Right. Oh, dude. You're doing me proud. Pirate noise is on the up. Oh, I love that you've got us as a Alberto game. He's in. Right, that should be done as well now. Good stuff. Hammer at the bottom. Hammer has struggled a little bit this season, annoyingly. I think, is it Marsa? It must be Marsa that we absolutely wreck. Yeah, Hammer have started really poorly. And they do need to... I don't want them to lose another manager. Whoops, let me stop scorer. It must be Marsa. They're the ones that we always absolutely annihilate. Where do we play them? There we go. Yeah, 6181 9260 61717. We generally speaking put up stupid numbers. Hello, Danny. You're going to love this. I actually have a player on my Beaconsfield test called Danny Hume, and it's not you because obviously he came through my youth academy, and I was just like, damn, and he's also a left back. But just things you love to see. Aqua. Oh. Yeah, we've scored a lot of goals against Marseille. For some reason. Now, maybe they've just got unlucky in that we always end up facing them when they're in, like, when we're playing our full-strength squad in the league, which is rare, obviously. Oh, my life.
Afternoon, Matto. After working 13 days straight, I finally got a day off and have been rewarded with a Friday stream. It's like a reward.
I was the twat at the end of the rainbow there, Matt. Thank you very much for the 4 months, man. I hope you're well.
They are building it now.
No, we pretend that loss didn't happen. It's fine. CFC Logan. That's the second CFC name follower we've had today. You'll have to see it. They're all coming in. Thank you for the follow, though. I appreciate that. So Alate's into the Malta squad. Oh, does that mean Malta have got fixtures that we need to make sure we're watching? Or I think I've probably already done that, haven't I? One of us. No, your name is... You need to be CFC Inferno. Or CFC, your actual first name. Which I suspect is probably taken. Let's see. Oh, they've dropped a little bit. Yeah, those results there did not do them any favours, did they? They're sure as shit not getting any qualification. And the fact they can't even finish a... Oh, maybe they can. They have to win both games. They're not. They've had a bit of a dismark. Make a bookmark. Yeah, it's not a bad shout, actually. Except, yeah, I probably should delete some bookmarks too, actually. Let's bookmark Malta national team while I'm here. And then no folders. Add that there. Yeah, I don't have to scroll. Let me do... Chat, I'm going to do the lesser spotted managing the bookmarks. Because we don't need Arda Güler anymore. Okay, that's not what I meant to do there. Manage bookmarks. Right. FM? Hi? Sorry. What? Huh? Is this just utterly broken? It just works. Looks like we're stuck with Arda Güler. Good. Note to self, don't make any more fucking, of those. 36 unbeaten. I wonder what our unbeaten record is. I feel like we must be getting fairly close to the record of unbeaten. Because it's... Longest I'm without losing... 60... Never mind. Never mind. Warren, he's got... Oh, was that the one we were trying to throw the game to Goodyear? We were all on start anew. I am not about to risk doing that just in case it doesn't work. It's fine. We'll just have to do a little bit of scrolling. Sometimes around here we do a little bit of scrolling. It's okay. Lahovi Stars, good stuff. And now it's that really long international period in November that always pops up right here. Right, Hamron, if you could just win this, that'd be lovely. The last thing I need is you dropping any further away from the... Oh, for God's sake. Hamron are going to sack their manager, aren't they? Oh, we've got someone on. Wow. Palacio's there. Palacio is on goal 50, and I think that's just because he's old and has high rep. Hamron going down would be possibly the worst thing imaginable. Oh, Christ. Cup of Nations. Shit, Amruchi's gone. Just as well as Zabara have already qualified. Kamga's gone, but that's less important these days. Henry's gone, but again, it doesn't matter as much. Drama Fofana is not the best one to lose, but again, he's not a starter for us. I think we're okay. Kadri. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, Kadri. Oh, that's fine. I mean, Kadri's obviously annoying to lose because he's a starter, but it just means more game time for Carlos Vieira. Ice grab. You never need an excuse for that, right? Only non-Siren players. I don't believe so. No, I think it's just Sirens players. They're actually going to call it Sirecon, which has other connotations, if you like. Right, where are my pirates at? Saj. Just checking if I can find Marsa and actually we'll play against Medina Knights. Considering she could go, I would advise against it, personally. Yeah, Kamga doesn't start for us much these days, in fairness, because obviously he's going to be, in the roles that he was playing, he's behind now Valmir and Pebbles. So it's not the end of the world losing Kamga at this stage, though I do like him as a player still. Sweet with another win. Okay, oh Christ. We may not have lost a game yet this season, but Sweetie are actually top of the league. Also, they've scored more goals than us. When you come to Malta, I already went. I went in February. Whole country. Good point, well made. In fact, they should probably include some players comes from like Libya as well while we're at it, right? I could have done that, but Medina's fun too. They got a nice castle. Yeah, Sweetie are actually popping off this season. They have lost to Birkikara, but have won 6 other ones. Yeah, it's... Oh, I think Hammer might end up sacking their manager. This has happened every like couple of years, it seems. Couple of Sicilian teams. Really? Oh, there's nearby foreign. I didn't know you could even do nearby foreign. Although those definitely are... Like, Catania, that's Sicily, isn't it? And that's actually Catania. Ha! I do love it when I was doing, like, Greenland, when I had to keep scheduling friendlies against teams from, like, Canada, because we couldn't schedule friendlies against Danish teams, even though we were in the Danish league. Bro is... Hang on, wait, sorry. Working on your weak foot on your spare time. You have a perfect weak... Which foot? Facundo? Which foot is it that you're working on, then? He's always had perfect left foot, right foot. So I'm not entirely sure what he's working on in his spare time. Middle foot. Ah, I see. Getting that third leg popping. So about it is. Best thing I could say to you is exclamation mark perchance in chat. It will give you like a random save idea. Yeah, he's developing like mad. Like I've got him trying to get his composure up because that's more important, but hey, he's going there. Hello, Spicy. I'm good, my friend. How are you? Yeah, I think he's just lying to me here. Wait, what? I recognize this. I forgot we were still on this music. Holy shit. Pleasure, defensive positioning. You're on... Actually, you're 24 now. So it makes more sense for us to actually just put you on the role that you're playing. That'll hopefully cheer him up a little bit. As soon as his training starts, yeah? Big good advance forward. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he doesn't have the finishing or composure. That's what lets him down. He's a workhorse, but that's why we're playing as we're pressing forward. Henry with a loan. Oh, imagine. Alan St. Minimum.
Just
How's it
had
going,
a
man?
mild panic thinking it was Thursday.
Worry
Thanks.
not. Oh, shit. Fine. I promised Henry a loan move before, and he's fallen through. So as long as I like dev list him, that way he can get included with the January setup. Double Hesitate, yes. Your ethos is to only sign players with your name in their name. I guess I could. I'm sure I'd find enough Matts. It's Tom FM's dream. At a young age. Because this is the logic that comes with the training schedules that I use, courtesy of RDF, right? So, and I'll be honest with you, I did the exact opposite of what I'm currently doing last year, but this year it seems to work differently. So, say for example, this guy here, Johan Gudmundsson, right? So, he's 21 years old. He's a ball-playing defender. If I train him a ball-playing defender, he's going to be applying all of the training knowledge and potential growth that he's going to get to every attribute that is associated with the ball-playing defender, which, as you can see, is an extremely large spread of information. Some of which he's already very good in. Things like his jumping reach, his bravery, not that would get improved anyway. His vision is also very good. Tackling won't change much. What I tend to do until the player's 23 or 24, when they've got that prime development year, is to focus on the individual things that they are really weak in. So if, for example, this guy, say his marking was much worse, which it was originally. He only had like 10 marking initially. So we've had him on defensive positioning during his prime development years initially to make sure that his marking and his positioning are much higher before. So that way you get to develop the player more specifically. And then when they turn 24, then I dump them on the positional training, the role training. That way they get the more broad spread for the peak years of their development. And then after they turn 27, or is it 30? No, I think it's 30. You can stick them on agility and balance training, because that's the only thing that has been shown to improve over the age of, I think it's 27. Basically, that's the gist. I'm sure I've got that slightly wrong. But that is the general... Oh, God, another injury for Sweetie as well. It's less than ideal. Goalkeeper that doesn't have the injury-prone con keeps getting... Yeah, I think that's just an element of bad luck. Or he's like one attribute just below it, potentially. So he's still going to have... Like, a player can still have... Remember, every player has an injury-prone level. It's just going to be between 1 and 20. So maybe he's injury-prone a little bit, but not enough to be considered injury-prone, potentially. Halkar are they're an Icelandic side, I believe. There you go. Better known as KH, I think. These chappies with their nice badge and their key player Andrei Thorthorsen, which is just fun to say. Also, I'm actually quite impressed I knew that. And given some of the player development that we've seen of guys from our squad, I think the training schedules that we've got set up with the developing the individual focuses has been tremendous. Some guys have got in... Oh, well, that's amazing, isn't it? The guy I literally just highlighted has just gone and got his first cap for Iceland minutes after I talked about him. 2.6k we paid. He's worth 30 million. It's actually bad that it took him this long to get that cap. Let's see. Oh, now we're mixing it up. Wait, is this... Yeah, Pallet Town theme. Nice. Love it. It is indeed that, yep. Conception University. That's dope. I mean, this is a vibe too. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Vieira has got his first Brazil cap at 20. And that's why I'm so very glad that I gave him that new contract. That way we could stick in another 3-year extension. So now he's going to be tied on the £20,000 a week now that he gets his cap. But his contract now runs through till, well, it will run through till 2048. So he's going to get his next contract at 27. So we're going to have him tied down on a relatively favourable deal. Yes, nice. It is strange that Iceland are doing that. Particularly because I assume that was like a friendly or something, right? Let's check it out. Maybe they've just got a couple of absolute bangers in their back line. So, Haldorsson, who plays for Utrecht and has 7 jumping reach. Well done, lads. With 77 caps that he's earned so far. Odd choice. Who else have they got in here? Sibjornsson. Better, but again, quite short. And he's got... Hang on, he has 19 caps as a centre-back, but my guy doesn't. While this guy's playing for Salal. Odd. Oh, yes, Paulus Lecoq's still in there. Yes, he is. Oh, he's still at Ajax. Of course he is. And then there's also another Guthmundsson, who hasn't played any games, who arguably looks better than the other guy as well. And then Olafsson, who's 23 and has no caps as well. Do you not play centre-backs, Iceland? Agnarsson? Ah, there we go. So he's an elite centre-back at Benfica. I could see why you wouldn't start over Agnarsson, but I'm surprised it's... Why are the Icelandic centre-backs all like 5'11"? And there's old Paulus Lecoq, the Belgian Icelander that came through at Ajax, who we really wanted to sign, but he's just way too expensive at the time. Amsterdam. They love a pregnant pearls. Giro's not training well, which is disappointing. Oh, we get to play Sweetie next. Title challenge. I probably should, at least, particularly with Vieira. Got to stay in his good books if we want to try and keep him for long term. Wait, did Valmir just get a cap as well? Wait, hang on. That said... I swear I was just able to say something to Valmir. Yep, he also got a cap. Which also means he got a wage bump. How did he get a cap, but... Oh, Pebbles does have caps, but I'm surprised. Maybe they just use different roles. Matthews or Matt. You'd have to include some Matthews in there too, because technically Matthew does contain Matt. In fact, there's other names that contain it too, like Matthias. Or is that... No, it's usually only one T. I feel like you'd have to have the full word, right? This is very school disco. I almost want to slide around on my knees. Because that's what you did at a school disco, right? I like that you went with Aqua and just went for one that wasn't that song. And I kind of rate that for you. So this is... Oh, hang on. This is World Cup qualification? Wait. I thought this was Afcon. Or has Afcon not started yet? That definitely was Afcon, though, wasn't it? The thing that we got all the players called up for. Matthias de Ligt. Yeah, you can sort of make it work. Problem with the Insta Continue is it's going to do this to us from time to time. Right. Come on, Malta. Do something good against Swiss. Make it happen. Mattingly, it could work. Oh, it's so close. Like, they're not getting battered for the most part. They're just losing on the regular. That's the problem. And it's costing them a lot of, well, they've actually moved up again despite losing. What they need is a nice Nations League. That'll cleanse the palate a little bit. Dr. Jones? School discourse where your crush grabs your hand. My friend, I think you and I have lived very different lives. No crush I had in primary school was going to be dancing with me. I was a very shy boy. In fact, honestly, until I was about 18. Was none of that going on. It was more a case of, ew, girls. That's why I can't teach maths anymore. My maths teacher in school, or one of my maths teachers in high school, bro used to have like a full-on accordion that he would just randomly bring out. Had a massive beard as well. Football with anything was available. Yep. Empty crisp packet. In you go. Fabrizio's got a cap for Malta as well now. Again, he's quite a match engine-y type striker. What's his record like? 46. It's not a lot of goals, actually, for someone that's as... I think maybe he's just a tad too slow on the pace side of things. That, and he's also been playing for Sleemer and Goodget. Wow, he just maybe doesn't start that much. Music teacher have an abacus. Do you know, I don't know. To be fair, I never said he was good at the accordion. I just said he had an accordion. Oh, thank God. Every time I see one of those, I get scared. Hello, Rob. A king-size an Ottoman bed? Wait. A king-size Ottoman bed? So, do you put that next to a king-size Ottoman, king-size sofa? Or something? I'm confused. I've never heard the phrase Ottoman bed before. I thought, to me, an Ottoman is like a little stool that you put your feet on. Sultan size, yes! Oh, I already did that one. Has a solid base. Oh, right. I didn't know that. Look at me learning stuff today, chat. This is why I got kicked out of IKEA. Lifts. Okay. I genuinely have no idea. War-winning accordion player. Oh, I don't know if this guy won any awards. They certainly didn't win it for maths teaching. Let's put it that way. By the Xantine. Yes. You get a thumbs up from me for that joke. I'm here for it. Better for removed legs. Oh, I see. Are they also known as like divans? Maybe it's like a different thing. Cameron, please be better. Jeong-Dong's like a 7 assists this season already in the league. 3 goals, 9 assists in all competitions so far for him. I actually managed to extend his contract, I think. Or did I? Oh, no, I tried to. I probably should. He wants stupid money, though. But I feel like for the value he provides to Sweetie, I'm willing to do this for them. My hope is that if I do that, because otherwise if I leave it, then he won't go back out on loan. Maybe a bit less. There we go. 5 years for Jeong-Dong Suck. It's a lot for a loan player, though. It's another time. I see. When they bring the bed in, you're on fire. I don't even need to be here. This is the problem. It's a Friday. You're all just making your own fun. Oh, God. Oh, ooh, that's quite a lot. 9 grand for Mamadov. But the fact that he's getting Ukraine call-ups is ideal. Not sliding a great deal for Hammer. God, he's so brave. So brave. Admittedly, Albi Arifi is in theory the one that started. Maybe this is the problem. Maybe Arifi's being a massive letdown for Hamrin. How many games has he started this season for them? I'm curious now. 7 with 1 goal. Right. Bud, you're going to have to pick this up. You have 19 finishing and 19 pace. You cannot be this poor. So much turkey all over it. Oh, not again! When Friday work lunch beers start to get... Oh, yes! I'm still not a big fan of drinking at lunchtime. It always just makes me tired the rest of the day. Well, Skin, Sans24. If you do !Skin in chat, you will get it. So brave. So brave. So stunning. And they lost 4-1. Oh, dear. Speaking of Pepsi Max caffeine free, if you drink it like I do or whatever, there's an insane sale on in Tesco's, and it has been for the last few weeks. It's brilliant. 2 8-packs for £4.50 when they're normally $3.99 each. Pog and I have got 92 cans of Beppis just knocking about now because it was so cheap. have a bit of that. Probably need to check in with the old scouting as well. See if there's any absolute baddies we need to get our hands on. Oh, speaking of. Wait, the hell are you, Leo? Sorry, it's rare that we see a guy that's 3.5-star CA in these reports. So, okay, who are you then? Palmeiras, 14 jumping reach, 6'4". Oh, it's a Japanese. It's another Japanese Brazilian. Love to see it. Yeah, the Macedonian youth teams are Macedonian. Even their first team squads now because of the whole amateur glitch. Leonardo Nishi, good. Heading of 12, marking of 14, tackling of 14, aggression is good, bravery's on the low side. So brave. Chat, he has 19 acceleration and 16 pace on a centre-back. I love that as what slipped past. He has 19 pace on a centre-back. Sorry, 19 acceleration for a centre-back. That is unbelievable. He doesn't need to jump. 19 acceleration. Amateur, it's basically North Macedonian sides have a weird habit, especially the good ones, of putting all their players on amateur contracts, so you can just pick them up. That's his release clause. Fuck it, yeah. He's so match engine good, it's ridiculous. And we've got the cash right now because of the quasi money. We're just taking him. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen a centre-back with 19 acceleration before. So the only reason we saw him as well, by the way, is because I've adjusted this filter to be 21, just in case we find players like that. Also, this guy's free. And wanted by Slima and Zabar. I'll let them have him. For the time being, I'll let them have him. Oh. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, look at that. I got Pebbles at 22. Valmir was 23. Leo's 21. It's like, not all of the good guys end up just randomly joining European sides really early. It might just mean that he's not got super high CA, perhaps. So there's not getting... Sorry, he doesn't have super high PA, perhaps. And that's why he's not getting picked up by those sides really young. But either way, this guy's got... I mean, he's definitely going to be a Brazil. I'm just giving the same contract as Valmir. Wait, have you got caps? You don't. If I could get him an 8-year one... Okay, fair enough. I'll have to offer him a little bit more. But I can get him. And that would literally tie him down for his prime years. On not a bad contract. I'll up it to 49. There we go. So that's an 8-year contract, essentially. And he's already good now. And it will keep him on 20,000 for his entire prime. For the most part. Yeah, I reckon you're right. He's that kind of level where maybe it wasn't quite good enough to get hoovered up by the other sides, but maybe he had like really good... What was his personality? Resolute. So he was the kind of guy that was likely to reach that personality. Reach his level. And I adore players with Driven. Driven and Resolute, other than the model ones, are like my favourite personalities to have. Bizarre's on 18k a week now. He might be a guy that if we can't find him alone, I look to sell for huge cash, because he's going to cost us a lot. We've just had a lot of wage hikes today. Which is not ideal. Still, we have 66.9 million in transfer budget. So we should be okay. And still a chance to go back for the other guy too. God, our centre-back situation is getting crazy. Kok Dousterhoff. Solid. It's not quite Kok van Aerst, but it's up there. In fact, should we try back on Vallenhopt again? See if they're willing to talk to us this time. Well, I've got to be honest. I mean, it's the 18 tackling that's what makes him elite there. Right, so they will. Okay, so let's try. So now his transfer value is 37 million. Which is weird, considering he has a release clause, but I can't pay that up front. Let's try the same contract, but with the other one in, like, league appearances. Or something. Maybe a bit lower, actually, the whole thing. So, like, maybe knock that down to, like, 9. And then maybe 8 there. Fuck. They're not going to go for anything less than the amount I originally bid, are they? But the board won't let me do that. Let's try. We'll figure it out. But I think the board will just block it again. Which is very annoying. Because I do like the guy. But I don't want to pay that amount up front. It could be problematic for us. Oh, Catholic Daddies. Might actually have a quick gander in the report. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong one. Looks fairly straightforward. Celadon's their best player, but he's 30 years old. Out of contract, but 30. I don't think we'd get much on a flip for him. Unlike that ridiculous Italian one. Ah. Oh, so they want 38. Oh, no, that was what I bid. Right. Can you convince the board? I tried. They said no. It's very annoying. It's because they don't like the fact that we were paying over the release cost, but I refuse to pay the release cost because it's all up front and we can't afford to do that. That's the issue. The only way I would sign that player is if we don't pay it all up front. Because otherwise it would just be catastrophic for us. In January or something. Maybe the issue if we don't sort it before January is that other clubs could be circling on him. And Miklos is finally out. But we're getting Leo. I think Leo that's 15 million well spent. I love those 15 million, roughly, Brazilian players. Valmir, Pebbles, Leo, they're all that kind of player. It's great. Bear in mind, I got the deal to work. They accepted the deal, but the board blocked me from doing it, which was the problem. That's why I'm trying to renegotiate it, unfortunately. I'm just going to see where we get to. Maybe they'll just go for it this time, but I don't think they will, unfortunately. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But basically, my logic with that one is the only way I will sign that guy is if we can do it like that. I refuse to pay 36 million up front. Now they're not even accepting the money I was paying them before. And if I put this up too much, the board will just reject it. I just think he's too out of our There you go. This is what happened last time. They refused to do it. Despite us having the money. And I clicked every single possible button and they were not having anything. So when he inevitably scores the winner against us in a Champions League final in 5 years' time, I hope that they remember this moment. Wait till I've forgotten this bid. Yeah, but that's what we'd already done. And we can't wait, like, 15 days between each bid because we don't know how much they want us to bid. Bear in mind, I came back in when I was actually able to bid on him again, and it was still saying... Like, before they wouldn't talk to me at all, then they would, so I was able to bid, and they just went straight to red, so there's not much I can really do about it. Stream dead. Not to my knowledge, no. Stream is working just fine. Hammer and win! They did a thing! Admittedly, it required 2 penalties, but they got the thing done. And suddenly they're up to 10th and all is well. They're still actually... they're only 3 points off the European spots. Marseille, by the way, why are you here? You're always 12th place. Get back in your box. Never have to manage Syria United yet? Chat no video. Probably try a refresh. Right, when's the next... Oh, it's 4 days. Right, so this is rotation. So, but... Oh, yes. That well-known rotation of putting our starter up front. Pebbles probably... No, we'll put De Potter in. Lacrimi, Garcia, Delgado... Yeah, why not? Vida, give him a nice start. Vieira might have to play next game. And... So we're going to have to go with Jozanovic, Paez, and Vieira next game. So we'll put in... Fuck. I guess Alex Mensa, who is not a centre-back. That was really weird. You can, I think, see it, yeah. I believe, anyway. Let me check. I think you can see it in, like, the... I think there's actually a screen called Job Security, right? And then we just filter it by Hammer... sorry, by Hammerin. Like that. Oh, and then you have to... That's finances. Ooh, still some not great finances there. Every job is currently secure. So Hammerin clearly not too worried about Anton Stack yet. But may as well play good here. Yeah, but it's nice to give Mertz some game time anyway, right? It's a league game. Actually, fuck it, right? I like that we actually have a goalkeeper with a positive rating. Like, above 7 is quite rare. Particularly when we're not, like... I guess when you're getting clean sheets, they kind of just get the bumps from that, don't they? Right, off we go. Just want to make sure we've got a full-strength squad available for Marseille, because that's crucial. We win that, and we're Gucci. Because then it's just Man City, and good to go. Which will be a much more interesting test, because it's the first time we play one of the big sides at home this season since we switched over. 3-0. Mensa with a goal. Okay, who's just Garcia as well. And Sauerschnig. Okay, a nice little assist for Lacrimi. Good, we get our top spot back, which is nice. I don't think it's going to be as easy for us to run away with the league this year as it has been in recent years. Feels like the kind of year that Sweet are about to lay the slap down on us. Right, new contract for Sean Dong-Suk. He's a lot of money, I realise, but he's just too crucial out on loan. And that'll be like his last contract, I suppose. I think we've done okay business. Who are you playing for? Oh, that's because he's... Yeah. I hate the fact that when you set up those reports for like Afcon or whatever, you then start getting all the reports for the league games the players are playing before they actually go to Afcon in the end. And I don't think Afcon is until... Actually, I think it's just about to start, is it not? 30 players is sort of ramping up. No, I think this is the start of Afcon, as of now. Zabar lose? Okay. I think I need to go back and refresh our team reports and get some new ones in there too. Also, I feel like today we haven't seen a single report about recruitment focuses. I haven't had like a thing come through about them. So he was a recruitment focus, was he really? Wow, fair play. Qualified for AFCON, good question. That's Asia, Matt. That's AsiaCon you're thinking of. Right. Any surprise packages? Mauritania is pretty sick. Although they were in the last AFCON, weren't they? Haratlin Hanchko. Watch. Oh, against Ukraine. Fair enough. I have Slovakia to win. I've got a little bet builder on Slovakia to win. So I'm backing the Slovaks. Liberia's pretty cool. I guess with them being, what, how many teams is that qualify? 4, 8, 12... Like, 16 teams. God, that's a good amount. There is a lot of countries in Africa, so I suppose there's still plenty of opportunity for surprises to happen, right? I'm trying to think what the most surprising one could be. Is it 24? Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry, yeah. Wait. Yep, nope, sorry, I'm a moron. Yep, you're right, it's 24. So that's half the countries in Africa nearly, but still. Benin's pretty... Like, when you look through here, I could easily see myself signing players from Cape Verde. Mozambique's a tougher one, but we haven't got that guy, what's he called? Eurico Luis or something. But mostly signed because his name was Eurico. Like, all these nations, I feel like I've signed loads of Tanzanians in this save. Benin, I don't think I've signed many Beninese players in this save so far. Hey, Graham. Not rude at all. I appreciate your presence. I don't think I've ever really had an amazing Ugandan player. Not to my knowledge. I'm sure, I know you can get them, but I've not yet really had the pleasure of having a really quality Ugandan player on one of my saves. Who was the winner last time? Or was it Burkina Faso? No, it's always Burkina Faso. Oh yeah, it was Guinea-Bissau. Was Burkina Faso? Was that genuinely during the last save? Fuck me. I thought that was during this save. No, you don't get a lot of Gabonese players either. Yeah, true. Should be starting more games. Bro, we've been over this. Same shit every year. Playing time you want. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, in this one, I think they are. Right? Yeah, they're there in Group A. I still remember, my favourite one was probably when Norway won a Euro and World Cup double in the MTK save. That was wild. Starting a ban in reunion. Christ, I don't know what the coefficient is. Actually, I kind of do, but it was a bit... The coefficient system in Africa was super weird on that save we did. Oh, there it is. Just as I was waiting for this report to come through, there it is. Could we, like, get some reports? I feel like every, like, year or so it does that, where it just goes, like, kind of dead for a month or two. Yeah, I had Scotland to lose in that game, and, well, didn't work out so well. Right. This will give us the lay of the land. Hopefully some more batshit results. Wait, what? Oh, it's the trophy. Okay. Be nice to actually win the cup for once in this save. Dortmund lose. Arsenal win. CSKA Sofia beat Lille. Liverpool and PSG draw, which is good for us. Points taken away from each other. That's another win. CSKA Sofia have 6 points in the Champions League. Fair bloody play. Yeah, we never really truly figured out how it worked a lot of the time. We were just kind of hoping. Luckily, it wasn't something we were paying too much attention to, but it was like a little bit annoying. So yeah, for this game, this is just completely random. Hubanov. How's he looking these days? So he is now capable of playing there. I think long term, he might actually be the successor to the Valmir Pebbles partnership. Lakazar Hubanov, he can do the job. His marking's not great, but actually, now that he's comfortable in the role, I might switch him over to defensive positioning. Get his marking and positioning up, because I think that's going to be crucial for him to be able to play the defensive side of the role. But he's got the work rate. He's got the stamina. Got good balance. He's got okay finishing, decent composure. Model citizen, so we're pretty much going to get the maximum out of him, whatever that might be. Long term, I think he's our guy. Which is exciting. Deportivo La Guaira. Oh, a scout report. Right, that should have a lot of players in it. 2 conference leagues. Damn. I mean, that's... Yeah, I think I've seen them go quite far in the conference league, but never so much like the big Champions League. The big Champions League. There's not a lot of players. Oh, I think that guy's already signing for us. It's never great when you see one of the guys you're already signing in there. Ah, there's Monday. Wow, he's not even that bad, potentially. There might be something to Monday, Friday. Who knew? Wow, that's still a lot of players we don't know much about. But it's good because it's possibilities is what we're saying here, you know? Right. Kravitz is super expensive. He's probably brilliant and probably will be brilliant, but I don't know. We've just signed another midfielder as well. And then obviously Sharon. Again, I think he's going to probably be excellent. But the problem with him is, I think I'd end up having to retrain him to play further up the pitch. Best goalkeeper Mudwick. Yeah, true. He's not allowed on Saturdays, of course. I'll keep an eye on them at the time being, but I think they're just too expensive. Botafogo. Wow, you've got quite high CA. Fernandez, you're 20, I suppose. That would explain it. Very pacey. I think he's just a bit too expensive. Particularly with all the money we're planning to spend on other players. You're at Rouen. It just drops off quite quickly. Ooh, oh, there's Leo. Wait, there's another one? Ah, he's 27. He's 27. Doesn't really fit into what we're doing. Decent acceleration again, though. What are they putting in the water in Palmeiras? Like, I like him, but I wouldn't pay 17 million pounds for him, particularly with him already being on 41 grand a week. He'd probably want about 60k. Okay. Wouldn't want too much more money, but it's not worth us dropping 17 million pounds on him. We just don't need him. Not with the fact that we've got Pebbles, Valmir. We've got a couple of guys in each position. Don't forget we've also got like Padilla, De Potter, and Alberto in the forward line. He's not a bargain by any means. Cool to see, but yet again, more proof that you can get guys like that, though. A few of these guys down here. This was that guy who I kind of like the name of. He's got good acceleration. Tackling's a bit poor, but he's got really good crossing. And he's actually adaptable and has decent consistency, good on both feet. He's not... Hang on. What's he like as a... He's only 16. Yeah, not yet. I wouldn't mind signing that guy. Potentially. Just because he's got good crossing and he's got good acceleration. And he's a natural wingback, which is kind of good. This guy's been on here for years now. And I made it clear to myself I'm not going to sign him. What about you? Camilo Obando? Are you another one that we're just keeping an eye on randomly? Oh, I think he was a recruitment focus that we liked and then we saw that he just lacked the physicals. Good tackling, though. Not sure if we'll be able to sign him anyway. He's only 16 anyway, yeah. I'll keep an eye on him, but I think he's unlikely to develop into much. Fernandez, we looked... Oh, no, we didn't look at you, did we? Oh, yes, we did. It's just a bit pricey. Remus Nedelcu, though. Oh... He's got some okay temples, but he is very injury prone. And he doesn't quite have the pace and acceleration. He's only 18, though. If he was on the lower side of this range, I'd be tempted. But it would have to be like under 1 million, probably. In fact, I think that's very unlikely now. Given that they've just changed it to 4.5. If he's under 1 million, I'm in. Ah, fuck no. 4.7 million? Absolutely not. No chance. People that are great. Whichever you can afford at the time. Yeah. Precisely. I feel like we do a lot of shopping in Brazil for those exact reasons. Camberso. Barry Sibon. Boy Spikeman. That's good. Foppe Shocker. That's really good. I haven't even thought to look for names like that. I just wouldn't know where to start. Mateus in Brazil. Morales. River Plate. For a ball-winning midfielder, he doesn't actually have that much ball-winning ability and a lot of cons. You're very overpriced because you play for Style. Rene Veggie, thank you for the 22 months.
Happy Friday, etc., etc. What?
That's
Fried
right.
it?
Fried it. You heard it here first. In the flesh. A fried it does indeed exist. He's just so expensive. Unflappable, which is good. Gonzalo Munoz. Curito Unido. Oh. As good as he might be, I feel like he wouldn't flourish in the match engine. Since we know what it's all about. Botafogo again? He's a French... Oh, he's a Brazilian-German. Right. Fabian Zumman is kind of a German-sounding name as well. We're going to get like a Fabian Greinrother or something. Or Fabian Rutkowski, a Polish name. 200k actually, yeah, good point. He's 200k. I didn't even see. Oh. New contract. Shit. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. You're at Inter. There's got little Andre here over at Santos. We're fine. We'll go with this guy instead. What we... Oh, no. Trying different things. I mean, I suppose because it was always Calvin Phillips, but he's not had the best time of it lately, has he? We've got Pierre Moulenda. Ooh. Okay. I see that. I'm like excited. Then I see the 11 pace acceleration. It's just not quite there. And then Darren Walker of Dundee United. Oh. He's a bit mid. And who are you? Wait, he was even fully scouted. Oh, he is. Omar Romero. I can't even remember for the life of me why we were scouting him, but what the fuck? That was a bit of a miss as far as scout reports go. Right. Any weird stuff? Oh, no, we already did that, didn't we? It's our turn. It's our turn to make the news. Drop by Malta. How dare you drop Vidazini? He should have 100 caps by now, and it's actually a travesty that he doesn't. How dare you? Oh, okay. Early kickoff. Birkirkara versus Vålerenga on the Wednesday. So actually playing at the same time. Where's that game being played? I assume that's got to be at Ta'ali, right? What should be in Hamron Stadium? Nope, they're playing at Ta'ali. Fair enough. Okay. Means we can have it on the other monitor if you like. Right, just make sure that Dingley and Zuri aren't happen to be playing against Hamron by any chance, because that time when Hamron got knocked out of the cup by, I think it was either Dingley or Zuri, where they didn't have a single shot and won on penalties. Embarrassing. Right, okay. We should be full strength pretty much, with the exception of Kadri, but that's fine because we've got Vieira, and why would I put Jozanovic as a Segunda Volante in this game? Are we talking craziness? I'd actually quite like to see my... Hang on, I'm going to do it again. I want to see what my assistant says. Help fulfill the promise regarding... Yeah, cool. But... Oh, let me just play a player who's completely ill-equipped for the position because I made a promise to him that he would play. He could also play as a centre-back, you know, which is his position. But sure. Let's just go to Crazy Talk land. Pebbles. That is a bloody strong lineup. No players literally that aren't on the bench either. No place for Miklos. That is a team that I feel like could win games. Well, it should hopefully win games. It's kind of what it's supposed to fucking do here. Pebbles is right. Okay, cool. Let's go. Any fun names in here? Willy Perron, good stuff. Jean-Claude Roux is good too. Ooh. They've got another Castera. And he is Haitian. Born in Fort Liberté. And just a random Turkish goalkeeper. Cool. Promised Dick's son. Good to see. I hope he can win. I mean, we beat Villarreal 5-0, and these guys are better than Villarreal. But this is the thing. Right. Cool. Fully expect us to randomly lose this now. We've played a little too well. It is suspicious. There's been way too much success lately. Either that or because we've built up horrendous luck over the course of the last decade in this save. Maybe we're just going to get it all come back to us. Then again, I don't feel like we've even been that lucky, really, this season. It's just been, like, playing well. Right. I just hate this kind of, like, England to bottlers nonsense. To me, to bottle something, you have to be in a way of winning it in the first place. I feel like bottling in cup competitions isn't really a thing anyway. To me, a bottle is where you're, like, winning the league and then you lose it, right? I just feel like, I don't know. I think the expectation that England should win everything based on the squad they have is just ludicrous. Because there are really good fucking teams out there. I don't know if we've noticed that France exists, for example. Like I think England is in a really good place in terms of its squad. I feel like we are struggling from a tactical standpoint at the moment. I think we've got a fantastic squad, but it's not the best squad. Who the pants? I guess to an extent, but I just feel like people throw that. I feel like it's just it's like a proper like football Twitter thing that I just kind of immediately just kind of associate it with, like, oh, okay, we're not actually being serious here. We're just sort of chatting shit kind of thing. I feel like it's one of the things people say when they don't actually have anything sensible, like anything interesting to say. Oh, fuck, no way, that's so sick. Dutch v France. I could see it happening, but I still think France are fucking hell. I shouldn't have called him Jean-Claude. Did like team had two 40-year-olds in their defence? Who were the two 40-year-olds in their defence? End of the day, we lost on a penalty shootout. Like, always fair to perform in a major tournament. When we reached the final, got to the semi-final of the World, you know, I wouldn't consider reaching a semi-final of the World Cup and getting to the final of the Euros failure to perform, but I guess it's just about perspective, isn't it? Just Chiellini. But Chiellini, is he even 40 now? How old is Chiellini? It does seem weird like that, innit? But I think that's more of a tactical. I think we've got a great squad and a great potential there, right? We're losing at home to Marseille in amongst all this now. Oh my god, what the fuck? He is eternal. He is. That. I feel like every time I've seen a player called Diego Maradona in FM, they're always Brazilian. I feel like, yeah, Chiellini and Bonucci are and have been elite centre backs, right? That's such a weird goal to concede. How was that not offside either? He must have been onside when the ball was kicked. Hey, we'll take it. A random, lesser-spotted Gert Gillet goal to bail us out a little bit here. Yes, a rare Friday stream, Julius. I couldn't stream yesterday, so I decided to make it up today. A little bit of Friday shenaniganery. Which is somehow even more of a weird word than chit-chatting. Ooh, this is a bit of a sussy first half from us. We are going to need to pick this up a little bit. Couldn't run past it. I'll be sure, but if everything was as simple as that in football, then every team would just be full of sprinters, wouldn't it? I think to reduce it to that kind of level of simplicity is just not really fair. From a weekly session, you set your clocks by it. Play at the place of the rivals. Yeah, that's why I just don't get involved in it. I just find it kind of just unnecessary nonsense. I kind of hate a lot of football discourse, right? Like, there's a lot of good... That's the thing. Like, is England's team good? Yes. Are there lots of other good teams in the tournament? Yes. That's why it's the Euros. F25, I haven't seen anything about F25. Do you really think that I would go down to SI on a Thursday? Like, come on. That would be extremely random. Which way? No, so Slots is in front. Come on. I had some personal stuff to take care of yesterday. That's basically it, you know. That's offside. Shit. To watch England? No. I didn't even see the game. Annoyingly, I didn't even get a chance to watch the game yesterday. I am actually not here this weekend as it happens, but yeah. Thursday's new set. Can you imagine that? Just like a reasonable... Well, you know, I like my balance and nuance, chat, and I realise that's sometimes lost a little bit, but, you know, I'll stand by it. I'll stick my stake in the ground for nuance. Well, yeah, I mean, one of the other reasons I just don't like talking about real football a lot of times is because it just dissolves into nonsense and people just, like, throwing things that are irrelevant at each other and it just becomes an online argument, and that's just not fun, is it? Like, who cares? Every player's performed terrible. I mean, at the end of the day, if every player's performed terrible and we've got 4 points so far, then, hey, imagine what it'd be like if we could actually get good. Like, I feel like there's potential there. Pebbles! Lovely! Oh, is he offside as well? Bottled it. Yeah, no. Bear in mind, I'm not disagreeing. Like, obviously, it's not a good result when you take the lead and throw it away. But, okay, cool. We've agreed they bottled it. Now what? Who cares? What difference does it fucking make is my point. Like, cool, we've established a word is relevant here. Does it matter? Like, I don't understand what that does to change the... Okay, can we not, like, just start calling people stupid? It's just... This is why I don't bother talking about football. It's pointless, right? What help is that, calling people stupid? Like, you've had a disagreement. Like, there's no... It's silly. Like, arguing over football is kind of dumb. Oh, either way, yeah, don't do that. It's silly. Just unnecessary. Oh, come on, one more. Oh! He's missed the fucking target. Yeah, if anyone's going to be stupid here, chat, it's me. All right? Don't you take this away from me. It's my one thing. Allons-y. He should have scored there, by the way. We've actually created some really good stuff today. I suppose, yeah. His language has been really poor. Yeah, just call me dumb and get on with it. At least we're winning. For the time being. I might leave Perez on, actually, give him a chance to get a goal. Right. That'll do. Not exactly, right? And at the end of the day, and this is the most important thing to always remember, it's just football. Yeah, exactly. Way to get a drink. I know. Maybe if I go get a drink in a minute, then it'll be fine again, Matt. Andrew Moore, how did you know my name? I didn't say I had a neutral opinion. I just try to keep things balanced, you know. I like to try and read people's opinions and stuff. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, we can't really make too many changes here just because... I mean, we are making lots of changes, but I mean, I don't want to make too many, like, drastic changes to mix things up a little bit just because we are already 1 goal up. Then Germany win. They do look good. I didn't get a chance to see much of the Hungary game, but because I was going to pick Pog up from work, but it seemed like it wasn't quite as emphatic as the Swiss result, as the Scotland result, but maybe Hungary learned a few things from that game. Football is like, yeah, true. How do you think, I mean, what do you think your chances are now? Like, is it a case of basically have to beat Scotland and then hope like crazy that 3rd place is on the cards potentially? Then again, Switzerland dropped points against Scotland. They did beat you though, didn't they? Oh, good. I mean, like, we've conceded what's going to be under 0.2 XG probably in this game and still let in 2 goals. There's only so much you can really do tactically. Unfortunately, this is just FM being FM. I've literally not been able to see much of it lately. It's really annoying. But apparently it was an absolute banger. Or was it? No. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was like a misplaced pass, and then Shaqiri does something mad with it. That is an annoying set of dropped points. Like, really fucking annoying, but we literally let in 0.31 XG in the game, and they scored twice off of running 2 shots on target. We missed chances going through on goal. It's just FM in a nutshell, isn't it, that? Point being, though, we look much better in general. Where the scissors live, you say? There's been a lot of, like, really nice sort of swept finishes in this Euros, where the ball's sort of rolling across and they've just sort of swept it across into the far corner. There's been really nice goals like that. That one in the Christ. Who was it? Was it Slovenia, Slovakia? I can't remember who it was. There was a brilliant one in that. There was also the Romania one as well. Cool Team Stupid. I need that. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the Arda Güler one either. Right, that is annoying, though, because that has cost us a chance at, like... It's not going to cost us a chance at top 8, but it's going to make it more complex. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine with that. Money is fine, I guess. Oh, wait, what happened to Birkikara? Birkikara are bloody massive. Let me tell you. Birkikara are top of the Conference League. They've got 10 points from 4 games. Zabar have 9 points from 3 games. Between them, they've only dropped points in 1 game. This is crazy. Yeah, I must admit, this Euros has been really, really fun so far. It just feels like the atmospheres in the stadiums have been popping. The games have been... They were really, really good. Then they got kind of like mellow for a little bit, where everyone sort of shut up shop. And now it feels like it's opening back up again now. The end of that game on Wednesday, the Croatia game on Wednesday, where they were absolutely... Was it Croatia-Poland, I think? No, can't be Poland. The Croatia game on Wednesday, basically, where in like the last 5 minutes, it was like basketball. They were just... Down 1. Albania, yeah. I'm so happy that Albania got the draw out of that. Because they were so good. So much fun. Like, nobody knew what defending was for the final 5 minutes of that game. It was just everybody run up one end of the pitch. Shit, we've lost possession and had like 6 chances. Better run all the way back down the other end of the pitch again. This time someone else has got the ball. Oh my God. What a game. That's what tournament football feels. I love that kind of football. It's frantic and you can't keep it up for very long, but my God, was it fun. We got Mladen Stupar. Italy, Spain. Was it really? Because that was... What was the score last night with that game? I genuinely have no memory of that game. Was it 1-0 to Spain? On 11? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It did feel a bit like a knockout game, yeah. 1-0, yeah. It seems to be like Spain have got some good results so far, whilst sort of flattering to deceive a little bit in terms of the actual performance stuff. Another title of it, yeah. Albania have, like, yeah, okay, they took the lead against Italy, and that was always going to be a tough ask, but they look like they're doing better than they thought they would do, and I think it's kind of cool, right? All the groups feel kind of pointless. I don't really feel like they feel I understand your point of view, but I don't feel like they feel pointless. I mean, you can see that they don't feel pointless just from the way the players are playing. I feel like the 2014 Euros did water it down a little bit, but I feel like it has given us a few stories. I wouldn't want to see it be any more. I think if they made it any bigger, it would be utterly stupid. But 24, I feel like, is just about acceptable. Because it's not like Albania and Georgia are coming here and getting clapped. Albania especially have shown real fight, and I think it's cool that they've got the opportunity to be in the tournament and are actually proving themselves a little bit, you know. So Andrew Moron. Also, there does seem like the quality's improved to the point where it's no longer watering it down so much. I think if you went to like 32, then you'd have problems. I love that so many players have actually come up on that one, but no one that's actually got that name. Invite people, yeah. I do kind of like the Copa America being bigger though. I think it's actually kind of cool. Hello, Terry. A Euros 2. Yeah, the problem with like when you associate something like Euros 2, I know you're just joking, but like it would just be like, no one wants to watch that, right? Probably some bad teams in it. Yeah, but the problem is because they'd be bad teams, it's just like, well, at this point, why not just have the qualifiers be the Euros? Like, at this point, you're running out of teams anyway. If you add another 8 of them, I mean, basically, you'd be lacking any teams that did. It'd be less teams that didn't qualify for it at that point. I just don't think that'd be that fun. I didn't even look at the fixtures here. We've got Hammer hosting Legia. That has to be a result for them. Sweet Your Way Rangers is going to be very tough, but I trust them. And then it's the bar against Spartak Trnava. They really should be winning that. I reckon, yeah, just give every single European team in it. Why not? What about every team in the world? We could call it the World Cup. But every team's in it, including, like, random islands. The Isle of Wight, Isle of Man. Get them in there. Have a chance, I guess. But I feel like it would take this. It would sort of take away the. I feel like one of the cool things about qualifying for major tournaments is how difficult it is when you're one of those nations. And I think like it makes it so special when they do qualify for them, right? World knockout. Yeah, like just straight knockout the whole way. Only 4 teams in Europe? No. 5. Well, 4 teams other than us, obviously. Right, let's go. Set pieces to download. I use Zim's ones. And they think that they seem to do okay. They're better than the ones I was using before. I don't have a direct link for them, but I think they're on FM Scout. Oh, sorry, yeah. No, Birkikara played on the Wednesday night because they had to share a stadium. Peter Shimunek. I say it's unlikely he's going to call up, but at least he's tall and has massive hair. He's got that Medusa throw. Meanwhile, World Series. Exactly! Like, they're launching this 4 nations thing in hockey, and it's just like... Why bother at that point? Imbecilic today is fine. It's Friday. All bets are off. Wait. Hang on, which list? Because I know that he did make another move. I do like the fact that Greenland have applied for CONCACAF. There he is. Oh, yeah. Titouan Pelletier. I guess it is, yeah. I mean, everyone really cares about like World Juniors, right? We're going to find, like I said, on FM Scout. That's the best. I think that's where I got them from. So yeah, he's been around. Like, we sent him randomly to Norway. Then he went to Brest. We had a great time when Tits signed for Brest. And then somehow they got 1.2 million to Marseille. Then Saint Etienne. And now Troyes. Man's been around a little bit. Oh, that one. Yes, that was the list. Sorry, yeah. Oh, yeah. Holy shit. 83 top flight players. We're 8 clear now of Porto. Look at the state of this. There's a lot of players in here. Players I've not thought about for a while. People like Yevhen Yakshik, who was at Hammering for a little while, but then, in fact, he was on Hammering for quite a while. Does that just reset my? Oh, good. Cheers, FM. Wouldn't want to like you wouldn't want to accidentally keep my filter or anything. That'd be silly. I love that Nathan Laffin counts as developed here when he was only here like 2 years. Hello, Dan. A couple of guys at Melita, Panathinaikos. Oh, that's one I recently sold. Kasaba Fulop, of course. Wait, Sevilla. Oh, Sioane. Bern Wisniewski at Stuttgart. Simic is at Trabzonspor these days. Wow. And then just a couple of random ones down the road. Stefan Alic! Oh, there he is, the aggressive little monster himself. Stefan Alic. That's a blast from the past. We sold him 12 years ago. Wild. In UEFA. Well, also the travel would just make no sense for them. I think it makes way more sense for them to be in CONCACAF, honestly. I think that's good for them. Love to see. Yeah, so he was that, but he went to Drink Monster for free and he's just been playing there ever since. There was someone else as well. Basala, Rizvanovic as well. That was fun. Yeah, no, I would have been. I would have loved to have done it, but I wasn't unfortunately available yesterday night to do it. Who did I miss? I swear there was someone I missed on here. What was their name? Oh, Boiling Fanny. Wait, was... Oh, yeah! What the hell? Yep, you are correct. Boiling Fanny plays for Napoli. Jeez, we missed a trick on him. He was a... That was definitely a miss. Wow, yeah, I just signed him for free. Sold him for 100k to Hellas Verona. Then he randomly came back to us for a bit. Then was just really... And then went on a free transfer to Napoli. But that maybe we just needed the money, but... I don't know how desperately... Yeah. Well, his name... No, that is his name. That isn't like a... It's not like a nickname or anything. 80 caps for Mali as well. It's pretty decent. So many blasts from the past in this. It's a really solid Serie A career as well. Ooh, it's Tashbish. Hopefully they don't fuck up with Goodyear here. That's going to be unideal. Yeah, Rod Fanny. Stopped one of the greatest goals ever being scored. He's an enemy of fun, is old Rod Fanny. Good, you get the win. Good. With Dodate, Vasquez, and... That's actually really good. They've got some okay players here. Like, Vasquez is good. Dodate is well-rounded. Wow, he's worth a lot of money. Christ. Still haven't quite figured out why that is. Ooh, we've dropped off a little bit here now. But better than normal. Particularly when you consider that most of our good young players are no longer here on loan anyway. As Hammer and win, Sweetie lose. Figured. Oh, that's a demolition job. Martin Milo, 2 goals from Mamadov. Could have been a hat-trick, but Bros missed a penalty. Disappointing. But they get the result. Sweetie versus Rangers. Fair. Like, no. As if. Dinko Kristic scored against Sweetie for Rangers. He played for Sweetie on loan twice. Or for 2 seasons, rather. But he just refused to go out on loan again. I was still amazed when we... That was when we got into Nashar during that period where they took an absolute dirge of... Like, they took like a glut of midfielders from us in the same season. In the second tier. Yeah, it's such a shame that once he came back from here... It's a very Rangers name, isn't it? It fully is. He's a really solid player. Worth a shitload of money as well. Oh, this is a bop. Right, what about Conference League? Come on. I don't know where I'm even looking here. It's the bar, isn't it? Oh! Come on! How they've only won this 4-3, I'll never know. But they did that without their main striker as well. Kavka, Ndai, Daros, and Mladinovic. Zabar 4, Spartak Trnava 3. And that, my friends, means the Conference League looks like this. Zabar, number 2, 12 points from 4 games. Birkirkara, number 5, 10 points from 4 games. They've got 22 points on the board between them. They're absolutely annihilating this. Only off the top on goal difference. Oh. Wait, there was a guy called Helibelton Belkazar. For who? Was it Spartak Trnava? Ah. Oh, Zabar. Wait, really? That ain't one of our guys. Oh my god, what a bloody name. Helibelton Belalcazar. But yeah, it says possible. Extend all loans button. Sold. That's it. It's all I want. I mean, there's loads of other things too, but that's the first step would be extend all loans button. And maybe just a few more options in transfers to make some of that stuff a little bit easier. Oh, oh my days, look at that. He's worth £12 million. He's not a loanee either. They signed him for free. he's a free transfer that is worth... God, one of these days, one of these multi-sites is going to sell players for insane money. That's delightful. Right, coefficients. We should be into like the 7s and 8s by now, right? 8.5. Holy. We're number 3 on the year. 8.5 points. We've literally already equaled the points tally we're losing. 8.5 already. Smashing it. I think it's because we're also doing stuff. Do their job and also extend loans. Oh, imagine. Just more options in general as well. I'd just like to see a little things that you could just... A little bit more flexibility and customization in certain areas. Would be great. That's dope. Well, we're actually not that far behind Portugal. We're only 3 points behind them. It'd still take them having a catastrophic year and us having an absolute belter to catch them this year. But damn. Pleased with that. Yeah, in a way, I kind of am the loan manager. If anything, I wish I was being paid as much as our loan manager is. Who is our loan manager, actually? Or do we not have one? Did I even bother extending it? Because, like, who cares? Oh, no, we do have one. It is... Wait. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's Barry Scott. He's only £3,200 a week is Bazza, which is more than he ever earned in his playing career. Zabar, doing bits. Basically, we had a really unfortunate game, Timotore, against Marseille, where they had 2 shots on target, 0.31 XG, and we drew 2-2. Do anything? Nope, they don't do anything. Sorry, that's not technically true, but for all the good that it does, no, they don't do anything. Essentially, they don't do anything. Like most of the roles in FM. Uses as a centre-back as well. Right, Gazira. And then... Oh, we've got this little, like, spate of league games, and then it's Man City. Oh, hello. Oh, it's just a couple of the Patreon guys. Wait, are they retiring by any chance? Probably not yet. Although we have lost a few more. Espresso Rojo. Where is this team based? Bolivia? Colombia? Oh, wait, they've actually got a guy. Alexander Marquez, perfectionist personality, 19-year-old Colombian at Espresso Rojo. The Red Express or something. The Speedy Reds. Probably worth another check-in, actually. God, that's a bit laggy, isn't it? Oh, that's the guy from Dom. I feel like he's never not in there. Steven Castro here. I feel like we had a guy called exactly that. What if he's facing the game? I almost don't want to know in case I'm disappointed by the answer, but I suspected that that is in fact the answer. I think it was on the Treaty United save. Pereira is just putting down... My God. This man is an absolute arrow merchant. His development is legitimately some of the best... What is his actual progression like? Now, I suppose he did spend the last 2 years at Hamron as well, so he wouldn't have been using our development schedules there, but I feel like this is the perfect time for him to absolutely sprint back up the ratings again. Although the lack of game time... I say lack of game time, he's playing a decent amount, but not as much as maybe he would be if he was on loan. What is their logo? Oh, damn. Wait, what? I just mistook the tiger's eyebrows here for his eyes. I realize you can't see that well here, but imagine that the white bits here, which are clearly supposed to be like the eyebrows of the tiger, essentially, are his eyes. And all of a sudden, it looks like he's going... And now I can't unsee it. They have a guy called Sleater Kogolos, who, again, isn't horrendous. Those aren't the eyes. Apparently not. No, I'm pretty certain they're underneath. I hope they're underneath. Sleater. Sleater Kogolos is a great name. I don't think I've ever seen Sleater as a name before. It sounds like suburban family from California. That's what their son would be called. Sleater. Do you know what I mean? He goes to Yale eventually. You're 100% in a fraternity if you're called Sleater. Colombia has been popping up some great names today. To be fair, Colombia is an underrated great name factory. I feel like you get some pretty fantastic names from Colombia because you'll get these random names like Sleater, for example. And there's that other one as well. And I like them like Davidson and names like that. I'm trying to... Yeah, it's like Slater's too boring. Big fan of Saved by the Bell. Perhaps. I don't know. Selling pills in the second year. Yes, exactly. But they were like ibuprofen. Wait, hang on. You got a Senegal cap. Fair. Hopefully that doesn't mean I owe you money. I'm happy for you until I find out I owe you money. Ooh, Senegal must be... He'd only just become eligible for Malta as well. Wow, Senegal's squad must be a little bit light if they're giving him caps. How are you getting on? Oh, that's not the... Wait, we have a Mozambique dude, and it isn't... Wait, is this another guy we've got this Mozambique? Oh, apparently we do. When animals think they're ice. Ice, that would make sense. Makes animals go, oh, look at him. No, we can't possibly interfere with him. He's far too not with it right now. Just makes every animal look stoned, basically. Avid or something. That does sound like something that would have happened on Saved by the Bell. Yes. What a show that was. Classic. Exportable scouting club list yet? What does that mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Which... Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Exportable scouting club list. What, like the team report players? No, you can't export it. So I can't... Even if I did have one, I couldn't do anything with it. And even if I... Yeah. As far as I know, you can't export... Imagine if this is where we find that you actually do. Imagine there's just like an export setting in here. No. Imagine if you could just like take this and just go, there you go, that'd be sick. No, there's nothing you can really do with that, unfortunately. We'll just check some buttons, just in case. Oh. God, can you imagine? Something else cool the other day, you love to see Control A, Control P. Ooh. A thought. Yeah, problem is though, what would you then do with it? Because you wouldn't be able to import it anywhere. Holy Lord. Well, I mean, there's that. I've no idea how much use it would be, but there is that. The only issue is then you can't do anything with it other than manually go through the list by yourself. Editing rules? Yeah, absolutely. You can change that. So you have to use the pre-game editor to do that. Continent, club, and filter by country and sorts by academies. Right, really? Okay, hang on a minute. Right, so continent? So... North America. Well, no, Europe, because academies, right? So continent and club. Oh my god, yeah. Wait, isn't that just... I'm trying to work out how that's different to just using this one, because the academy rating appears on this one anyway, doesn't it? Trying to work out what this is doing that isn't. In fact, why does this screen even exist? I guess it's because Saz's skin adds stuff, right? Filled by countries. What's this? Does this even work though? So I go Belgium. Oh, and then it won't let me change the view. FM, hello. So when I filter it, it doesn't. The thing that lets you change the views gets deleted. Okay. Oh, now it's balked entirely. What the fuck? FM, as always, credit to yourselves here. It's probably because of the skin, Don. Because the Saz skin adds a lot of the academy stuff to the main page. Taking caffeine. How dare you take caffeine? It's like when you're just getting ID'd by Red Bull and stuff like that. I love that our academy rating is actually one of the best in Europe as far as its pure statistics and stuff. That is kind of cool to know. I'm not sure how we would really be able to use that from an applicable sense, but although there is actually... Oh, fuck. Because there was also a youth graduates. What does this screen show? Oh, wow, it's that screen, but... I don't know what I've actually sorted this by. Well, the academy has a really high rating, but that's just because our youth recruitment is 20. Our facilities are 20. It doesn't actually mean anything, and now the game is frozen. Great. Did anyone else see that? It just showed briefly Punic, and then just went off the screen entirely. So I guess there's something going on in Armenia that we need to keep an eye on. Yeah, probably should save immediately. I mean, I have it on autosave after games, but we'll do an extra save here, just in case. Got Royce for top scorer. There's something in the water. Specifically in Punic. Well, I don't know. Is Punic... Is that a city or is that just the name of the club? Probably based in Yerevan like everything else, right? Do a quick pick instead, actually. Oh, no. Because then it does that, doesn't it? What is my assistant's obsession with not playing the best player for the role? Like, bro, stop it. Hey, it's Friday, all bets are off. The game does slow down during the summer once all the players that are, particularly the Dingley chaps, once all those guys come back and our squad hits like 200 players currently at the club, then it very much does slow the things down, which is why I usually have to do the Dingley offer out really quick. Like elderberries, no! I mean, maybe. I don't sniff her, you know? It's a rare case when that occurs. Right, bit of that. Bit of that. Sick. Oh. In this case, we will probably almost certainly be finishing early today because the City game is literally just around the corner. Well, I say just around the corner. There's a lot of league games in between. 3-1 win, that's fine. Oh, no. Oh, God, that's not what we want at all. Padilla and Pereira does well, but that injury to Perez is concerning. Shots. Do it because you love digging. Well, yes. I mean, how many players have they got on loan from us now? It was... Didn't we find out that their entire first team squad was on loan from us? They didn't have a single player in their first team that was not under contract with Sirens. Speaking of, they're still underperforming to Zurich, which is amazing. English assessment. I didn't see the game, Dan. I wasn't around yesterday to watch the game, so I have no real assessment on it other than the result was 1-1. And that is a thing that probably was not ideal. Maybe they've moved someone up. Nope. Dingley's entire first team squad is on loan from us. Good to see. In your first... Yeah, Zaboog.
Cooper,
I think they threatened it briefly.
I am familiar with over 600 dance moves. And
literally, they got relegated in the season before the start of the save, I think. And they've just been yo-yoing. Well, not even yo-yoing, just really stable. And there's just nothing going on here ever since, pretty much. Iron Dark, thank you for the follow. First and second team. It might have been. I think their second team's kind of a bit dead anyway, right? Let's see. Now, they've got some in the second team. That's where they're keeping all their actual players. Although, actually, all of their second team guys, these are just youth prospects that have stayed at the club for ages. For the most part. Because notice how they're all Maltese. Because it means they're not really signing anybody other than all the loanees. I wonder if they've actually signed a player that wasn't a loanee. For years. No. Oh, there you go. It's been like 2 years since they signed anybody that wasn't a loanee, and it was this guy here, Bunyad Turganov, an Uzbek international who randomly spent 2 years at Dingley, came from Paxticor, did bits, then immediately went left again. I think they might have some more. Yeah, they've signed a few players here, but ever since we've really been doubling up on the number of loans, they haven't needed them. Who needs players when you can have loads of players? I think Nashar is one we're going to have to rest for. Possibly. Dipsy retired? No. Bad times. Not going to expect him out of football. Is he really? I mean, he started 7 times. That's annoying, but... I mean, in fairness, Albie, you haven't exactly covered yourself in glory in those 7 appearances. 1 goal and 1 assist with an XG of 2.71. With your 19 finishing, I'd like to think you'd be better than that, bud. So this is on him. He must have been one of... Why am I getting notification? Which shortlist are you on of mine? Oh, Yuffie Woofie. Oh, so the reason he doesn't show up there is because he never signed a proper contract. Right. That's what it was. I need to start removing those because I keep getting these notifications and being very confused about what they mean. To fully break the game. The thing is, that would just take such an insanely long period of time, because if I actually had to sign them properly, oh, past FFP. Now, I suppose you could just move them using the editor. But I think, I mean, to be fair, the game is like verging on broken as it is. Hamron lose again. Hamron are 12th in the league. Hamron are 12th in the league. Thankfully, still only 4 points off of the European places, but they really do need to get it together a little bit. Given that they're doing reasonably okay in Europe. 5-0, we take that. Well, there is that idea where, I can't remember who it was, so I do apologise, where they literally had just had their DOF signing all the players that had promising in them from those scouting lists. And I guess if you only filtered it by a certain like price range, you could get away with doing that. 7,000 players, I mean, I suppose you can. It would just... the management of those guys, because by the time you've done it, remember all the contract stuff, and it would be a pain in the arse. Be a star player for... I mean, what's this? These are downward arrows for Kundo. My disappointment is immeasurable. How dare you slightly be worse at one point? The Creamies and... wait, you're wanted by someone. Oh, please be like a Saudi club. Oh,
Here's a fun fact.
I think there's a good opportunity to make some big bank off of Lacremi, because I don't think he suits this new style of play at all. Reg, thank you for the follow. 12-1 your first game. Nice. That sounds like you've got a successful tactic on the operator there, I would say. Has anyone actually tried using We Want This, by the way? Because it is in that tactics pack. Some uncouth videos, maybe. Who's to say? It's a Friday. It's what we do on Fridays. This is just... normally I'm doing it off stream. I do love game-breaking pain in the arse things, but like when I feel like it's actually interesting and people would find it interesting as a video, that's the thing. And I'm not always right about that. How he did it. That does sound intriguing, actually. It's something we could probably quite use, because it would at least give our Doff something to do, because most of the time he's doing nothing. Roy with 12 goals in 15... sorry, 10 goals in 15 games is good. Vladimir Staver, he's having a year. Might be even one of his better years. Like, he got 12... he got 11 goals that year. Okay, that year was insane. 24 in 32. There's no way he beats that. Then only 10. Then 8 in all comps. 7. 11. 19 is not bad. He's been stable. 18 in all comps. 12 in all comps. This year, 12 in 18 games. It's fairly impressive. I don't think he ever gets near to touching 24. But, hey. Maybe if Bikikara go deep in Europe, who knows? Now, is Torres still... or maybe not. No! He's lost a little bit of potential. I think part of the reason that he's never going to... I don't think he's ever going to reach that potential. I think the low self-belief personality is really going to hinder him massively. Because I feel like with the amount of football he's got over the last 7 years, regularly playing for Sweetie, he would have developed more than this, I would have thought. Doesn't like big matches, low self-belief. I think he's probably not going to get as good as perhaps he could have been, which is really disappointing. On the other hand, the fact that we've got 2 5-star guys out on loan at Dingley is really strange to me. Frimpong at Master as well is surprising that he would go there. World class. Was he? Did it say he was world class? No. Oh, no, he is. It's crazy that world class is 2.5 stars. Weird. Yeah, I just think he's never going to get a chance to develop like that. One player I am very intrigued and excited by, though, is Alexander Lacherac. Also, what I've added is the progress graph to the profile pages, and I'm realizing that even though you can't see their progress properly when they're on loan, this still does technically update, even though you can't see the stars on it. So you can still see if they're making improvements off that, which is useful. Oh, potential to be world class. Okay. He's not going to get it, though. There's no way. He, however, excites me. He's getting a shitload of football this year in Europe, playing for Zabar, winning games. I think long term he might be our not backup goalkeeper, like our starting keeper. Vieira making good progress, good stuff. Nice to see the green arrows returning on him. Like, the aim this year was to give him as much football as I can without him being like one of the top 3 starters. I mean, last year it was 22 appearances from the start and then 6 subs. He's already got 10 starts and 3 sub appearances, so I'm pretty pleased. He's got a girlfriend punching train here. Jalay, he always complains. Oh, more personal development for Reynoso. I haven't checked in on him for a little while. What is he looking like these days? Good God. He is ridiculous. He's not even potential to be world class, surely. He's just world class. And he's 20. Now, I don't know how much more he has time to develop with, and I would like to see some of this stuff increase as well, but his physicals are so goddamn good. Love that for him. Cerro Porteño, home of Fernando Ovalar. He is very, very, very special. I'm so glad that we picked him up. Particularly, he's been able to have an impact super early as well. Ball club culture thing. Oh, wow. Ah, yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. It's probably like it's enforced, so the guy is only going to be bringing you those players that actually fit those criteria. Smack it off the bar from Marley. Oh, okay. Host World Cup in space. No, because remember, the only reason we were able to do the space video is because... Well, I guess you could. But you'd have to make every single host city the same altitude like that. And I don't know if that would work that well. I'm also not sure how the game would handle the fact that both... I'm not sure how the game would handle the fact that both teams are, like, it's a neutral venue. So it might just have no effects on the teams at all. Or it could absolutely decimate both of them. That is an interesting question, actually. The problem is you'd have to figure out the host cities and the stadiums for that. I mean, which wouldn't be that difficult, I wouldn't have thought, but that's more interesting to me. Yeah, I would hope that it would be the second option, because that would be crazy. Oh, so he is playing for Mozambique. He's got 9 caps at the age of 19. I'm seeing some nice development, albeit that's still while he's on loan at the parent club, or his original club. He looks like I mean, he's never going to play for us because he's a winger, but if we could get a loan for him, he could be tasty. Homes are playing the Arctic. USA World Cup, presumably. Well, the problem is it's just a question of when you'd have to change a lot of cities. Right time. I think we've made a few mistakes on players, but then we've signed so many players it's almost impossible not to make mistakes on them. Like, Roundup, not that it was a mistake. I think we let him go at the right time. It's just that it's crazy how much he managed to turn his career around a little bit. With the Arctic, it wouldn't make any difference with the Arctic. The only thing that actually affects the game is the altitude, per se. Yeah, I'll just do that. We'll let Bizarma have a crack here. Give him a run out. Although I do need to start Jezanovic still. Karalic is the Volante. He's not ideal, but it'll do. Actually, maybe I'll start Stałecznik. Possibly on the other side, since he's really still not got to grips with that role yet. Even though he's been training it for what feels like decades now. Yeah, it'd just be tough to predict, because you'd have to know the... Try making it. What can you do the altitude stuff that Hadrian does? Because he works some magic there. But like, feel free to have a mess around with it. If you get it working, that'd be hilarious. I think is this a cup game or is this a league game? Either way, we've won 4-0 and it was a cup game. Bizarre with 2 goals. Nice. Pereira scores again. Valmir gets a goal in the 66th minute, and Karalic is hurt. There are worse players that could have been hurt, I suppose. To draw for the altitude. Bear in mind that was on the original altitude video, and that is only to do the Everest stuff. The space one is a little bit more wacky. I actually forget exactly how Hadrian did it. I don't believe there was a tutorial. I don't believe there was a tutorial for that one anyway. I'm not sure. Maybe there was. I don't remember making it. I'm actually trying to remember how exactly he did it. Okay, cool. Right, then it's Nashar, then City. The big one. Game does feel laggy, but then I was... Witchcraft. Usually, yeah. Record attendance for... Wow. Hammered are getting massive attendances. Even in, like, random cup games. It's actually kind of mad how big some of their home crowds are. Like, regularly getting maxed out crowds in the league at home. 14,500, 14,600. These are... They're getting more for, like, a random cup game against Marseille than they were for Legia. And I wonder if it's because they've still got some standing. I love that they're actually filling their ground. Surprising, actually. Ban outside of Europe? Yeah, and no. It wouldn't work because the coefficient systems are all completely different, and at the end of the day, no one would watch it. Because unfortunately, the viewership on saves outside of Europe is just not there. I've tried it, didn't work. It was fun, but I couldn't afford to do it again. Slim Envy, thank you for the follow. We're from New Stadium. I don't know, because I don't know how much more ours has got left in it. And the board just keep randomly doing little bits to it each time. Make your own country for a band. That would be even less interesting for people because they'd have no connection to the country in any way.
There's a train coming anytime soon.
That's why Creative Club stuff is never always as good for that kind of stuff. El Churchy, thank you for the follow. 100 people a day and have to show me their driver's license. Ooh, greatest name ever. His name was Big Boy. You love... Well, hang on. His first name was Big Boy. Or his name was Big Boy. Because either way, that's dope. Also, Stephen Colin Fell go to Freiburg by the looks of things. Imagine a country called Belgium. No, no one would ever make up a country and give it a silly name like that. That's like making a country and calling it New Zealand. Like, come on. Yeah, no, the Africa Saver, I was vibing it. It was a great summer. Had a great amount of fun playing the save, but it was like, I would say a 50% decrease in viewership because of that save. Because people just weren't interested in Africa. So, I've learned my lesson. Which is why I try to do the wackiest shit I can within the bounds of what people would consider interesting. Oh, his first name was Big Boy. That's even better. Who would name a country? I know. That's just cheating at that point. Mendes, I forgot he was Puerto Rican. I forgot what save it is. I had a great time. It's one of my favourite saves ever. Just because of all the memes that came out of it. Like, we got Harold Bishop Ultras because of the Africa save. We got a lot of jokes out of that. Wow, we lost a Melita? Really? Jesus. Tallywhacker? Superb name. Who's a big boy to the extreme? Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, he's just like, yeah, me, mum. Obviously, I'm 27. Like, yeah. Oh, with a late kickoff. Hey, chat, it's the youth intake preview. Wowzers. Aren't you glad we waited for that? I mean, that is just the epitome of why bother. Hey, there's an F in there. Godspeed. E, 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 E. And then an F. EF. And then no wing backs whatsoever, despite the fact that we literally have a head of youth development who has that formation specifically to get us wing backs. Looks like I'm calling it an extreme youth outtake again. Well, that was worth it. But it's going to be like that every year, right? Do you think a save where you try to create a team of each obscure nation and develop the players sounds like hard for me to be... One, does that sound hard? Yes. Yes, it does. Two, does it sound interesting? Yes. Yes, it does. Three, would I consider doing a save like that? Yes. Yes, I have. I thought about several different saves like that where I had one idea which was called like not the top 20 or not the top 30, where you could only sign players whose nationality, their national team was outside of like the top 30 in the FIFA World Rankings at the time you signed them, to mean that you have to essentially build a team of slightly lesser nationalities and develop those players. That was one idea I'd had at some point. Yeah, actually, I feel like top 50, maybe. That would be very tough. I feel like what you'd have to do is you'd have to do some experimentation to figure out where the line actually is. Because there's a certain line I think you'd cross where it would become almost impossibly difficult, but then there's another line where you'd start getting some nations where it becomes too easy. I think finding that line is the thing, and I think maybe it might sit around about 30. Let's have a look, actually. We can just look at the national rankings, can't we? Find out for ourselves. Yeah, it's one of those ones I've always thought would be fun. Only some players from the City Club was in. Yeah, we raided Mad on Tuesday, and he's doing a save very similar to that, where he can only sign players from... I can't remember the exact specifications of his save, but it was something along those lines. What do I want? I want world rankings, don't I? Which means I actually have to go to world and not world. Silly of me. Here we go. So say it was like top 30. You can't do top 30. So you'd still get some Austria and Ivory Coast in there. So maybe top 40. I think top 40 would be fair. Because you get like your countries that dip into the sub 40, like Uruguay, Mali, Republic of Ireland, Scotland, Canada, Czechia, Wales. Like, there's some good teams in here, but not... Regionaire, that's it, yeah. I was trying to think of the name. Do with double nationalities. You just take their primary nationality. Oh, so I feel like if you go out the top 50, then it starts to get like... Bulgaria and Slovakia, though. Cameroon has some good players. Angola can do some good stuff. Bosnia-Herzegovina. I feel like 50 could be doable, but it would still be very tough. That's what I feel like where the line sort of sits. If you go any higher than like 30... Because then you're getting like Ivory Coast, Senegal, Austria, Ghana. I mean, these are just gold mine nations. Ecuador in there too. And you're losing almost all of South America too. Because they're all up here. Even Bolivia is top 50. Countries overloaded. True. But I suppose you would base it on... That's a good point, true. You'd have to do some like sims and test things. Is that really the lineup? No. Right. Phew. Phew. Oh, this is the rotation, isn't it? Right, I always pick youth prospects instead of doing full rotation, which is way better. Venezuela's the dip. Yeah. Exactly. That's what you'd have to have, wouldn't it? World Cup video for a combined top 100. I actually... Hadrian and I were working on this exact concept. Unfortunately, FM was kind of weird about it. So we managed to basically build another nation that all players from... firstly, I managed to get it so that it declared all of the players that from those countries to this new nation. Then Hadrian managed to make it so that the youth intakes of clubs in those nations were also generating players, but for some reason FM just didn't like it and it wouldn't work properly. So the only way I could really do that would be by doing it manually, and that would be an absolute slog. But I have considered doing like it. What if a rest of the world team tried to win the World Cup? Basically, yeah. The only way I can really do it is by building a giant filter because already have the players switched over, but then I'd have to have like a giant filter. I used like, I think it was Lebanon as the basis for the nation, just because it was Asia, which means the qualification's fun, and they happened to be 101th at that point. Opinions on last night's match? I didn't unfortunately see the match last night, but we've kind of discussed it to death a little bit today so far, and it's like one of those things, but we move, right? What if I arrested the team trying to win a World Cup? I mean, what if I did? You got a problem with that? Yeah, true. Yeah, you come to Afcon, all of a sudden your entire squad's gone. Those sorts of players, if it's ready. The problem was, I made it based on, I think I already had the filter, because I made it based on whatever one. I just did like a random sim test just to see what the world rankings were, and I just took that one as an example. We were very close to getting it to work, but it just wouldn't. So I'd have to like manually swap players over, and that's where it becomes quite tedious. But I think it would still be quite a fun video to do. Yeah, which is annoying because like literally the ability for those things to exist exists in the game because of sides like that, and also like FC Romania in the lower English leagues that generate like Romanian youth players and various other ones like that, because clearly the game has the functionality to accept that, but you're just not given the opportunity to do that yourself in the editor, which is a real shame. Did that actually do rotation, and that is it? Oh yeah, I suppose Pereira can start and Bizarma, but not Pebbles. Just been blokes there. Yeah, see, I don't like getting into stuff like that because it just feels like you're just asking for trouble in the comment section with making videos like that. I'm just not asked with it. Valmir probably can start here, actually, because it's going to be Pebbles next game, right? Vida, I need to give Vida a run out. He deserves it. Who the hell is Amaro? Was he at Hamron at one point? Yes, he was. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's hard-coded, which is annoying because it means that it's there. Like, it's right there and we could have it, but we're not allowed because fun is not allowed. This is a fun-free zone. Right, this might be a little bit tough, actually. Then again, that front line is still pretty poggy. We should get through. I have considered it. Sort of in a period, I'm not really sure what I want to make next. I'm still working on this, whether this Beaconsfield thing is going to pan out in terms of, like, whether I can actually even do it for a start. Because it is so tough to just get out of that league, and I think it's just going to take a long time to get it started, but once it starts to build, it will go from there. Like, in my test, I was already able to get a couple of guys sold, one to Chesterfield, for like a £4,000, but I got the 50% of next sale fee clause. He's now worth £3 million and is playing in the championship with them, which is crazy. But it's a question of them, can I get any money from that clause? Timor-Leste, that's a lovely combination. As Hamron win! They're doing it. The comeback is on. Barely, but it is on. Also, if Zabar could get back into Europe again, that'd be ace. They are actually apparently now capable of doing that. So we kind of need to not play Lacrimi again. Did Alberto score? He did. He did indeed. He did the business. That's the. I don't know if we might be able to go on a nice little run and actually beat our unbeaten record at this point. If you just say where only players from a single country could be signed by all teams, would it be possible to identify how quickly you could improve the quality of various youth levels? Hang on. If you did a say, hang on. If you did a say for only players from a single country could be signed by all teams. Oh, what, like you put in like a hard-coded club vision thing like you get with certain nations? Like, can you even do that? Is that possible to do in the editor where you could hard-code it, sort of not hard-code it, but like mess with the editor and make it so that all clubs can only sign players from one nation? Like, I don't know. I thought a lot of that stuff was hard-coded as well, and you didn't have the ability to change it. Like Bilbao and Basque, yeah. Like league rules. I guess, but that wouldn't prevent them from signing the players. It would just... Yeah, no, I was just thinking if it... Because I feel like it might be, but I also feel like, if I remember correctly, there's a weird thing where the game saves cooked. Yeah. You need it to be like a hard-coded ethos for the club, and I find it weird that you can't edit stuff like that, because I swear you actually can't change that. So in Sri Lanka, is it? Yeah, that's what I think, Thomas. I don't know. I wonder if that is possible, but I don't think it is. I think the game, for some reason, doesn't let you touch stuff like that, and I don't know why. Because that'd be kind of sick. Like a Bilbao-type save, but you're only allowed to sign players from... Like, that exact kind of thing, yeah. From Haiti. Haiti, I mean, he's no Paul Cedar Costera, though, right? Presumably. The greatest Haitian player that ever did live. But he never... Because, what on earth are you on about? Oh, I'll just play him again. That's fine. He'll start the next game, and, like, then he'll start the next run of matches as well, because this is the last Champions League game before Christmas. So he'll just start forever. Let's see. Are we favourites? Nope, they're favourites this time. Which makes sense, I suppose. PSG to Lamperera. No. No, I mean, you could definitely depart Sirens. In fact, I feel like a nice sail for you would be very tasty. Turkish Bilbao, isn't it? What is the name of the club? Is it Antalyaspor? That's not great. I can't remember who you're on loan to these days. Redacted only said, you can only sign Danish players who have different names to what's written on their passport. It's just the Danish Secret Service save. Still wonder what caused all that. I thought his name was Patrick Killing. That just sounds like a Scandi crime drama. A farging... Look at this game. Algeria 5, Angola 5. Afcon really do be just a fantastic time, doesn't it? Like, decent amount of XG each, but like 5 goals off of 6 shots on target is pretty impressive. Did any of our guys even score in this game? Oh yeah, Arucci somehow doesn't score. How's Afcon actually popping off these days? Oh, what, we've actually got the groups done. Okay, so Guinea-Bissau win their group. So the reigning champions win their group again. Senegal knocked out in the group stage. Algeria and South Africa through. South Africa through on... Wait. Is that head-to-head then? Yes. South Africa qualify on head-to-head. And Nigeria and Cameroon through. Liberia finish above Benin. Well played. Gabon below Uganda. Ghana knocked out in the group stage too. In fact, Ghana... Wait, they haven't lost technically yet. No, they are actually out, aren't they? They've still got a game to spare. They're out with a game to spare as well. Ivory Coast and Mali doing all right. Yeah, Guinea-Bissau, what is their team looking like in terms of the squad? Obviously, what else would it be? A couple of guys at Braga, makes sense. A couple of guys at Boavista, Charlotte FC, Damac, Gil Vicente, Lazio, a couple of guys at Sporting. So basically, it's just guys at big Portuguese sides. Brentford. It's weirdly not an elite... Yeah, they might have thirds. You're right, it's 24 teams, isn't it? So it would have a third place qualifying thing, right? Presumably. So they might still get through. And I'm guessing their last game is against Mauritania. Yeah. Imagine if they'd lost to Mauritania. That'd be crazy. Alpha Fatty? You rang? Managing Rafe Verland in... Okay. 7 titles in a row. 6 time in Champions League phase. Struggling with work permits. Young players leaving to go to top teams. No chance to get homegrown players. Not mentioning... the advice is don't manage in a country that has work permits, unfortunately. That is just always going to be a problem. The work permit situation is always just going to be an issue in that save. There's nothing you can do about it. As for keeping hold of players, that you can do. Just long contracts. Long contracts, 8-year deals, like 5 plus 3, an international cap clause if you can. That will get you the extra 3. And then just don't sell the players, basically. Like, they'll get upset for a bit, and then they'll be all right again. Dawson Fiver, thank you for the follow. For the follow? Sorry, how rude of me. Thank you for the 10 months. How is your Fridat going? Yeah, I mean, like, basically, just don't sell the players. I feel like some people go, oh, my player's upset with me. I must then sell them. You don't. You don't have to sell them at all. If they've got a contract with you, you don't have to sell them. That's how I've kept this squad together. You just don't sell them. They will get pissed at you for a little bit. Sometimes they won't as well. If you go through the right flowchart of things, they won't even get pissed at you. If they're an influential player, tell them that, and they usually stay. If they aren't on that, but someone recently has come to you about it, tell them that that player did it as well. That usually helps quite a lot. Ball comes in to transfer. Okay, cool. That's fine. We can work around that. That means you need to get yourself on a better financial footing. So you need to basically get yourself into a situation where the game considers you to be rich. And the lower you are down, the more easier that is to attain that level. And then you just have to stay there. The moment you're considered rich, the board will stop doing that. As far as I know, I've never seen a board do it when I was rich. Now, it could just be having a bad board, potentially, as well. But, yeah, so that is an issue we've had. Gillet has 90 vision. Does he really? Yeah, Gillet's actually not bad, considering he's not... That's not even really why we've got him. You know, he's here to be a defensive player, but he does have insane vision and decent passing, too. So it's... I think I really like that about him being on the ball in midfield role, too. Offer 0 for... true, I suppose, but I'd consider that more exploity, which is why I don't do it, and I wouldn't, like, advise someone to do that. But you can do that, of course. If, at the end of the day, you're desperate to keep your players. Yeah, they don't do it when rich. How come I'm here? Because I couldn't stream yesterday, so given I'm away this weekend, I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss 2 streams in the same week, so I am streaming today instead. Probably going to be off by like 2 today, though, just because 1 does the football, and 2, we've actually got through what we needed to do quite early. I'm just not used to streaming on Fridays, I guess. Who am I looking for? Pebbles. There we go. Crossdev, Lahovi. Lahovi and Palau. Do I like that? No, I don't, because Zanovic is going to start. It's just because he was in the wrong spot. The board overrunning the manager to be exploited. I guess, but I can sort of see the game logic to it, right? And that does happen in real life. I mean, it happens in real life in the sense that the manager doesn't have a lot to say at all, really. If anything, we have way more control. Most important thing is to get rich status. So keep trying to build up money as much as you can. Get yourself rich and then stay there. Yeah, the VOD will be tomorrow afternoon. Slight concern over the quality of our squad and wants to move to a bigger team. So, right. I've had this exact problem when I was testing with Beaconsfield. Obviously, with me, it was useless because I couldn't sign anybody and I had to rely on youth players. So I knew that I was never going to be able to keep him. However, the problem is, Mr. Bigwig, the game doesn't tell you what that means.
Allah Saman neutral ala tralala. Ganjith Evergene Man City Nuna. Extendith Air Baratudug.
We're going to do all sorts to Man City's Nuna. This is one of the things I hate about when a player or the board or the game just says, you need to improve this. And it's like, it doesn't give you any tangible things to improve, though. Because it's like, make the strike force better. It's like, okay, cool. In what metric and by how much? I remember when a player wanted a new contract and he said we had to make our strike force better. Bear in mind, we have like 5 world-class strikers at the club. It's like, who the fuck am I going to sign? Pele? Like, strange to be a teen again. Maybe it's like 13 going on 30. Except you're Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, I think the key thing is just to get rich first. Try to just make some sales to get yourself in that financial position and then keep it. That way, because once you're there, you then no longer have to worry about the board selling your players. So the next step then is that you are the one that decides when your players go. So you can get more money for them when you do want to sell them. And then you don't have to sell them unless you absolutely desperately need to. Like, the only players I've sold that I felt a bit forced to were Quasi, but that's because he FRT'd me. But we also got 126 million for him. So in a way, and now he's not playing for City. Although, now that I say that, is he in City's lineup? Freaky Friday reboot. You're right, I was thinking of 13 going on 30, which is Jennifer Garner? I think it's Jennifer Garner. Not even on the bench. That is a madness. So we sold City a player for 126 million and he can't even make their bench. Oh, he's at Afcon, you're right. Then again, he wasn't playing for City before, was he? But you're right, he will be at Afcon. He'd have probably been on the bench were he to be here. Are we winning? We won one. Drew the other one in horrendous FM circumstances where they had 2 shots on target and 0.31 XG. Because it's Football Manager. And now we're playing Manchester City. Nice and easy. This is a real test. We win this and look good, and suddenly I'm like, yes, this is our year where we actually are really about to pop off. But I've still seen enough to make me feel like we're on the right track anyway, but it's these kind of games that matter the most, because it's right on the bubble. If we were to win here, we would leapfrog them as well. Right, oh, chance for us, potentially. Pebbles. Crusty, just whip it in. Drop something into a danger area. Gillet. No, oh, this is lovely. Oh, what a touch from Pebbles. Go on. If this turns into a goal... We're just probing really nicely. This is what I like to see. That extra passing from Gert. Well, not even this passing. His passing is decent. It gets to where he needs to go. But it's the vision to find the pass that I really like out of him. Oh, what an interchange. Perez, finish it. Oh, no. That was so good. No one wants to bid in with interest. Yeah, the problem then is, have you tried asking an intermediary but not actually accepting it? We find sometimes that drives up interest, weirdly. Yeah, he has at the time. I find that the clubs that aren't in Europe, the clubs that aren't in leagues that switched on tend not to change their managers very often and only will really do so when they retire a lot of the time. So I think Ten Hag is still technically at Manchester United in this save. Arne Slot's still at Feyenoord. You don't see a lot of movement there, really. Go on, Vieira. Oh, that's a great little pick out. Love that for you. Oh, this is nice. Oh, so close. One good touch there and he's through. Oh, that's a bad touch, though. Oh, shit. You've got dragged inside. Watch the injured player. There we go. Okay, that's the sort of touch I would expect an injured player to make. So it's actually kind of cool to see the game represented there, right? You've got to ping that. Yep, nice. Reynoso's in behind. There's a moth in here as well. It's a good time. Find the pass. Oh, he's going alone. Reynoso all the way through. Oh, my God. He's got that about him. He's got the dog in him. Like, occasionally, he will do that. He's just running at one of the best defenses in the world. Just like it's nothing. Oh, Perez is in again here. Don't know if he'll be able to get the shot away. It's a bit of a tight angle. Might be able to pull this back for someone, though. Palacio, go on. You've got the chance. Oh, cleared again. Uh-oh. Injured player again. Right, get a touch in. He's right there. Just foul him or whatever. He's injured. I don't want to actually hurt him because there we go. Brilliant play from Perez. We're creating stuff in this game. Oh, go on, Padilla. Oh, he's going through. Go on, Padilla. Oh, for for God's sake, stop missing. Great 3-back, 2-striker system. I mean, this is what we've been rocking with. We're relying heavily on our wing-backs and their athleticism to kind of cover a lot of ground here. View only. Because it just slows the game down and it wouldn't give us anything extra, basically. It would make the progress in the save slower, and we would gain nothing from it. That's basically the reason. Yeah. Like, it doesn't make it that much slower, but it is an additional time that we would then be using on something that is going to have no value to the save, per se. Other than to, like, see a result occasionally, but when's that really going to matter, mostly? You'd be surprised how much view only actually does still slow it down, especially with my database setup, right? Because obviously that does cost you time, but the view only... what I will say is view only and this database setup can definitely work, though. We've been the better side in this first half, and it's annoying that we're probably going to now concede off of City's first chance of the game. But I'm so much more pumped with the way we're playing lately. Like, we feel so much better. Just don't do this to me, FM. Just give us a good opportunity here that we'll actually take for once. I was hoping we'd have someone pushing up on him here. We're giving them a little bit too much time here. Oh, no, that's when you win the ball. He's taking his bad time. He's just going to whip this in and it's going to be a goal, isn't it? Come on, there's 4 of you around him here. Oh, I'm so concerned. This is a really long highlight too, which means, well, you know what that means. Unless we get the ball back off them or something, I'm concerned that this is going to lead to one thing and one thing only. Come on, get a touch. Oh, my... How is this guy dribbling around our players while he's injured? That's not in the box. Oh, as if Football Manager. Fucking hell, man. As if that's going to get given as a fucking penalty. Oh, it's not! Holy shit, it's not given. About bloody time. Also, that guy's doing an incredible job of dribbling around our elite defenders, despite the fact that he's injured. Maybe it's a face injury. Yeah, as far as I know, there are no restrictions. Bundesliga's really lax on that kind of stuff, right? If I remember correctly. Okay, we got away with that one a little bit. But at least we escaped the highlight without any serious damage. Gutierrez claims this. If we can just get to half-time, I think second half, we keep playing the same way. They've had one shot in a half against us. Possession's not great, but we come to expect that. Reynoso's made some great runs today. He's made some great passes. He just hasn't been able to do the final thing. It's not that bad. No, of course, I'm not saying it's bad, but it would still be slower than mine is, right? That's what I mean. Like, I know how fast this is. If I turn on leagues on view only, it will still be slower than it currently is, because it couldn't possibly be faster. So my point is, if I turn extra leagues on, it makes everything slower, and we gain nothing for it, other than everything is now slower. So it just means, like, do we want to complete less seasons, is essentially it, right? And because the save kind of relies on the completion of seasons, frequently, it seems odd that we would sacrifice that to have the results in the Scottish Premier Division turned on, right? Jonah Roth. Is it? Oh, he's German. Jonah Roth. Of course he's from Munich. Like, yeah. Arsenal's fringe players for cheap. You can get some quite good bargains doing that. Like, I've never really found the need for it in this save, or in these types of saves often, just because we've got so many young players coming through that we tend not to need to do that. But occasionally we do still do it. Just yesterday. I'm sorry, Ragnarok. I wasn't around to stream yesterday, so I'm making up for it today. Albion and Clyde, to be fair, that is the big one. But he has not had the best game, actually. Honestly, if this ended up being a draw, it would be disappointing, but it wouldn't be the worst result in the world, considering it's Manchester City and again looking good. Well, yeah, it's because I'm not around this weekend. I didn't want to miss 2 stream days in the same week. Right, who are we thinking? Vida, yeah, Vida. I am actually thinking Vida, though. Because he's just the him, isn't he? And Alberto. Because I'm trusting him more. We'll get Valmir in as well. Defense has kind of struggled too, which is weird considering we've not considered a goal. A sim racing wheel. Ah, that sucks. I still have mine somewhere, I think. Lahovi. Oh, have I got another sub available? Or did I make 5? Oh no, we can still do one more. Hang on, how's Palacio playing? Cheers for him. He's not had a bad game, but Lahovi does give us more crossing ability. Vida is Himothy. Yes, he is. I mean, he's already scored us that equalising goal against Liverpool this season. Why not? Yeah, I think I have a G27? The Logitech one from back in the day. I think City have just shifted their system, or it might be a substitution. What's release calls? Yeah, we didn't have that much of an issue. Oh no, towards the start of the save we kind of did. Wait a minute. Is this going to be a handball? Wait a second. Chap, I think we're getting a penalty. We might actually be getting a benefit of a bullshit FM handball. Penalty awarded. Padilla's no longer on the pitch, though, which is annoying because he's our penalty taker. Who is this on the penalty, then? It's not Tenconi, is it? It's Lahovi. Fresh off the bench, scores immediately. Sirens 1, City 0. 7 minutes to go. Uri Lahovi scores the penalty. My God, we got a bit of luck like that against the big side. How's this changed? Oh, beautiful. It's a nice penalty, too. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Bang. And it is all yours. You may have it. Gratis. Oh, dear. Insta highlight off the kickoff. Are you kidding me? Do not immediately concede off the kickoff. They have had 3 shots in the entire game and not one of them has been on target. Don't you dare. Oh, well played, Vida. Captain Malta there, just doing bits. Oh, that's a great pass. Holy shit. Look at the space. Options left and right. Reynoso. Alberto nearly scores. Holy Christ. How far in the save? This is season 19. What a chance that was. And what an absolutely brilliant breakaway. Oh, such a nice counter-attacking play. Right, don't lose the ball again here. Just keep it moving. That should have been 2-0. Alberto nearly came up with a goal. Oh, play the part. Oh, that ball was on there. There was a little cheeky run around the corner to Vida. That's a great pass. Reynoso on his right foot this time. Goes a bit deep. Scores 2-0. Bang. Or is it? Nope. Offside. Fuck me. I just have a horrible feeling City are going to go and score the goal that we don't want them. Everyone pretty much, most people have retired by now. If you think about how old players are in real life and just add 19 to it, it's very unlikely that there are still real players in the save. It's just most of the sort of big names have retired by this point. Because even like a guy that's 16 at the start is now 35. So there are still a few potentially. Wait, it was given. Oh, it didn't have a... I'm an idiot. The penalty didn't have a fucking assist, did it? So it was 2-0. And now it's nearly 3-0. I think Alden Galera is actually still playing. I totally misread that. The City keeper. Yes, he is actually. And he's been around for a long, long time. 36 years old. He's been the City keeper for the last 10 years. That is... Look at that for a performance. 2.17 XG. 2 goals. Limits City to 4 shots in the entire game. Yeah, Lamal, people like that. You're learning new things today. Usual suspect. Just don't tell anyone, okay? That is some result. And the frustrating thing about this, of course, is that we've just masterclassed City off the ball here. We should be sat here on 14 points right now because we should have beaten Marseille. But I really do think we're in the great spot now. We're clearly capable of beating and playing against these big sides. We got draws away at Liverpool and Bayern. We've now played all of the tough games as well. Our remaining matches after Christmas are Lazio away. Okay, they're not super easy, but they should be winnable. Lazio away and Celtic away. I feel like we should be comfortably capable of scoring both wins in those games, which I think means we should be finishing on 18 points, which would be really, really nice. And we've only conceded 4 goals as well. Are Scotland cooking? Yeah, true. Celtic have only scored 7 goals, but they've also only conceded 3. Like, they beat FC Copenhagen, Sturm Graz and Ajax, and drawn with Atletico, Liverpool and Ajax. Sorry, and Lazio. Celtic are looking pretty good there. To be fair, they kind of needed to, considering how bad... Yeah, they only do need 1 shot on target to beat us, as we showed with Marseille. Thank God we scored those goals when we did. There is the issue. Wait, what? Oh, right. Brazil scored. Right, fair enough. Georgia Eurogame? No way. That's dope. Is she Georgian? I'm guessing so, right? Well, to be fair, Scotland have actually been kind of crap in this save for a while now, right? Massively unrealistic expectations. Yep. For example, every year it was be competitive in the Champions League. Like, which basically for us was just a case of, once you enter the group, obviously. And then one year we randomly reached the Champions League final, flukily in some ways. Then from that year onwards, they've expected us to reach the quarterfinals every year after that. And it's like, is there no middle ground? Goalkeeper side, I haven't got a clue, Graphic Dan. I know so little about the real players in these saves now, especially with how long I've been into this save. It's almost like I'm in my own universe at this point. Which is amazing. I suppose, yeah. All the Villies and the Vadzes. How many are we on now? It's dropped off a little bit, but I feel like the sales we made are important. Plus, I think when we come to May 1st again, it's going to be an absolute vibe. Because it worked so well last year when I only did it for a smattering of players. Imagine what it'll be like when I actually do it for a bigger chunk of them. That's going to be so sick. Right. Oh, we've got Thursday matches, don't we? Thursday matches, then we'll go another week because there's also the other Conference League game that's like a week after. And then we can all go watch the Ukraine game. Yeah, 3 years in, honestly, at that point, I just start looking at Belgian amateurs. But that's just me. Except for me to Barcelona. How £25 million? Are you high? Padilla is worth 140 million, but Reynoso, only 20 million. As if. Yeah, it's crazy because they just basically go. It's almost like, you know, like those audio level meters where it pushes this little thing up at the top and then it kind of stays there. It's kind of like you have one bit of success and it's just like, we expect that every year. No, it's like, no, that's not how it works. Have they heard of Ebez and Floes? Hamren have to win against Dinamo Batumi. There is no excuse for not winning that game. Sweet Euro Wetslova and Bratislava. Honestly, I'd like to see them win that too. Obviously, I'd like to see them win every game, but that one I feel like they should have a chance. Zabar away at Olympiacos, that's tough. They have already won 4 out of 4, so they might even be rotating players. There is something. We're cooking something on the cards here potentially for a lot of coefficient points, unless this goes horribly wrong. Because I feel like we could potentially be in for a 5-win day if everything goes correctly. Obviously, if nothing else, we're surely close to 10 points, if not over 10 points in the coefficients on the year already. Yes, this is where all 4 of them lose, and we're just head in hands. I often find that once your sides qualify for the knockouts like that, but they already get through, they just seem to start playing like shit. Really, Hamren? Lads, get it together. Why is it with Dinamo Batumi and always this happening too? Sweetie, that's a decent point. They should have won, but that is a decent point at least. They're not a bad side. But these two are really giving me concerning thoughts, because 8 points for Hamren. Sweetie are now outside of the places as well. They've only won 1 game so far. Who are their last 2 games against? Fiorentina at home, and I don't think Sweetie are qualifying out of that. They'd have to win. They have to win one of those games. Still higher than Spurs. This is... Wait, are they? Oh, yeah, Spurs are there. Spurs were only just inside it before, weren't they? How's the top looking? Yeah, Fiorentina... Then again, Fiorentina have already qualified. Sweetie did basically get almost like a Champions League level draw. But if they could get 1 win out of that, it would be enough, because 9 points would see you through. And Zabar lose 3-1. Disappointing, but sort of expected. Bikikara draw. Right, yeah, not a good day for us there. Champions standings. Yep, we just did, but I'll show it again. Fair. Didn't deserve it. Weren't good. And unfortunate. Should have done better. Still more points, but not a lot of them. So Zabar still 3rd. Bikikara, they're both top 8 though at the moment, which is dope. And yeah, as for the Champions League standings, that's the current setup. Porto having a great year so far. Possibly have got a couple of pot 1 teams to play in match day 7 and 8 though, perhaps. Still, only the Porto strikers finally made it onto the top squad list. 6 games. Is it really? No, I swear they've only played 5 games, right? Yeah, Conference League's only played 5 games. So because remember, they don't play a match the first match day week for some reason. But then they play a match week the week after our last match week on the 19th. So we're going to go do that now as well, because I don't want to cut you guys off here before we actually show you what happened with that. Because they've still got a chance. Because remember, you get points for top 3 in Conference League. So if Zabar could win their last game, they'd pretty much be guaranteed, I think, at that point, top 3. And there is a little bonus point on the cards for that Pereira's injured. Okay, it's not too bad. Oh, are we over 10 points now? 9.5. Yeah, that was a really bad match day for us. Still 2nd on the year. Scotland are cooking this year, but they've very much been burning everything for the last few years. Hence why they're 18th in the standings now. Like, the year they've had this year is already twice as good as the year they had 2 years ago, and already beats the 2 years from previously. Maybe Scotland are on the up again. Potential. Somehow Portuguese. No, so the reason for that is because if you have a lot of players from a certain country, basically, the game, because of the social groups, will allow you to teach new players that language as well. Did we or did we not have this exact problem when we started this? Or someone mentioned this exact problem. I think they had French players. They had a lot of French players at their club. And even though the club wasn't based in France, they could teach them French, which I think is, again, I think that's a really nice feature. And it shows that they're really putting effort into little things like that. I just wish that we could have an extend all loans button. Yeah, I think you're right. It needs to explain why. That's probably what it... Yes, you're right. No, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was slipknotting when we were doing Malta tests before we did save. That's what it was. I remember it now. Yeah, the Duolingo. God, those are the days when we could bankrupt ourselves on Duolingo. Is Reynoso not available? There we go. Silliness. Might as well put Pebs in there for a little bit for the memes. Hopefully, I'll skip to your song request now, but just in case, because I want to make sure you actually get it to play out. Yeah, that's I think one of the things that the game struggles with sometimes, or not even struggles with, but should do better, is explaining things a little bit better when it comes up with random messages. I just wish it would explain why certain things are the way they are a little bit. And I think that would really be helpful for new players too. Like, not a complete tutorial. Obviously, I feel like they could do with a lot better on the tutorial side stuff as well, but that would be really nice. 4-0. Reynoso with 2 goals. Perez scores a goal. What if these two have caught up their XG yet? Why is Verstappen? It probably is, particularly at Spain, right? So he's still underperformed his XG. That just shows you how much XG Reynoso and Perez are actually getting, though, if they are scoring like crazy today and yet still under their XGs. Which hopefully just means it's going to come back the other side of the other side. But Pebbles has got 6 goals from 2. That's great. What about assists? Reynoso with 6 assists is really good to see as well. He's contributing. Tutorials for the free kick. I think that, honestly, the wait for... Why is it... Oh, 5 games in a row, 1. I reckon it will take until the next time we get an actual proper overhaul to the editor before we see any tutorial stuff. And honestly, I don't even think that... I think that's still pretty unlikely. Just because the amount of the player base that actually use the editor is probably less than 1% of the actual overall player base. We've built a pretty good squad these days, I'd say. And the tactics this year have just popped off. This feels like we're actually... Now it's just a case of tweaking... Maybe not even tweaking the tactics. I'm pretty happy with it. But fine-tuning the personnel and the way they line up. I think we're in a really good place with it. Ghana get the winner. Wait, hang on. Ghana got the win over Guinea-Bissau, but so that means Ghana did come in 3rd. Yep. Ghana qualified in 3rd and then knocked out Guinea-Bissau, who literally won their group. That's Ghana just not allowing anybody to have fun. But that means Liberia got through as well. Is result button next year. That would be a good... I really hope we don't. But I suspect it wouldn't be difficult for someone that was potentially going to mod a skin to essentially recreate the instant result button in aggregate with, like, essentially forcing it to holiday or something. Hammer and win again. Okay, now they're up to 7th. 1 point off the European spots. Things are feeling a bit better for them. Hello, Poggy. Athletic fullback. Well, pace and acceleration for a start. But I really like high agility and balance too. And obviously, like, crossing, if you... That. Oh, good passing helps too, though. Check the scout reports. Nothing new. Well, nothing new. There is new, which we need to get a report on, obviously. But nothing, like, great standing out. This guy's just because he's only in there because Dom Jale. Who's he wanted by, actually? Inter. Maybe I will have a look. Okay. He might be one to come back for, potentially. That whole team report thing does save us a lot of time, though. It's very inaccessible. It's almost impenetrable. Like, I've learned a lot about the editor just because of working with Hadrian, but like, it's just not easy, is it? There's so many things that you feel like should work a certain way and they just don't. The boxes are buggy as all fuck. It's frustrating as all hell. Hello, Pog. How's your day going, my love? Yeah, the match engine. I mean, this is one of these things where I'll kind of just believe it when I see it. I want to see at some point some kind of footage of what this match engine is going to look like, right? That's... Because until I can actually see what it's going to look like in Unity, I just don't know how much of a step up we're getting. That's the thing, right? Paez is out, but that's fine. He can literally go home for a couple of weeks. Enjoy it. What the fuck? Host it of a World Cup. Yeah. It is weird that the instant result game isn't built in. Was this a song request? Because actually, this is M83 now. It is weird that it's just not in the base game when almost everybody just downloads a skin and puts it in. And it's like a function that exists, therefore just put it in the game, right? Palamateus of Shavsh. Okay, he's kind of intriguing. Movement lighting. I think that's possibly an element of that. I just hope that it doesn't sacrifice pure gameplay as well, right? That's the crucial thing. Because at the end of the day, the game can look great, but if it isn't fun to play, you have a problem. Good just sat there manager shit. Oh, they'll just go after one of our other guys, which I do need to replenish, because I think we lost one before. How good you're doing? Yeah, they're not doing well again. They should be doing a lot better. Their squad is so much better than where they keep finishing the last few seasons. I'm not surprised they set the manager. Maybe he was just one of the guys that had a really shitty... Did he have a really bad... No, he had... Okay, that doesn't explain anything. Now, I'm really baffled as to why they did so poorly when he literally plays like a really basic bitch system that's usually just fine in the match engine. Oh, there's some good players in this one. Lots of well-scouted... Oh, wait, hang on. This is all like random out-of-contract people, which is fine, but most of them are kind of naff. Oh my god, Oscar Lopez has just lost all his potential. That's good. Match engine. I really hope that's the case, Slipknot, but in a sense, but I also hope that they have taken time to like improve certain things about it too, because it's such an opportunity to get things brilliant, right? Particularly as it seems like they've pretty much been working on it for years now, right? Right, 12 guys here. Andreas Axon. I mean, his name alone is phenomenal. I will be shortlisting him. Andreas Axon is just... sounds like a fantasy character. Love that for you. Alexis, I'm not asked about Alexis anymore. Oh, what a great name. Leighton Bidwell. Oh, he's 26. What about PSG? Not really surprised by that. 82 million. Why are you in my scout report? Is my question. Oh, this guy here, though, potentially. Dictate play actually does the match engine. That, as in like the PPM, I actually don't know exactly how it manifests itself in the game. I mean, the game, if you actually hover over it, it will tell you what it's supposed to do. But Fickle lacks... Then again, if he's cheap, he's a very good loan farmer, isn't he? It'd almost be silly not to. If he's under like 1 million, or like around that bubble... Oh, yeah, that's fine. 900k is fine for him. Mateus, you're quite expensive. Understandably so. I just don't know what we'd really do with him at this point. You're at PSG. 40 minutes. That's a release cost. Huge wage, though. You're at Bayern Munich. You're also 30. You're at Al Ittihad. You're also 30. You're already joining us. You are the sort of the worst version of that ridiculous centre-back. Who the fuck is this? Wanted by Arsenal. Who in God's name? Oh... He's so close to being a phenomenal footballer. Problem being, he's fast, he's got great natural fitness, his work rate is amazing, his tackling is brilliant, he has no crossing ability. And I suspect his wage would be immensely high. Then again, he's a born midfielder. He kind of is, isn't he? Yeah, and he has not... I'm not sure I like him. I think it would take us... Having a ball in midfielder with gets forward whenever possible would be an absolute menace. And it would be almost impossible to get rid of. I find getting rid of traits is like getting blood from a stone a lot of the time. That's why mentoring confuses me. Yep, 7-year deal for you. Yeah, I don't train any player traits on players at all. Particularly even with things like strikers and goes around goalkeeper or shoots first time, because I find that what if I change my strategy slightly and then I've got a striker that could be brilliant that's just got something missing? I like having their blank canvasiness. Pedro. Sorry, hang on. Oh. Yeah, he's one of the new guys we signed that had the domestic release clauses. I was like, what? Pro-technical, that's okay. I'm not a big fan of... with PPMs, I look at them more like character traits that the players already have, not things that I want to meddle with a lot of the time. That's sort of where I look at it. I'm like, this is kind of what you've got. I can't re-roll them, you know? Right, so Thursday is the last games in the Conference League, and then we'll know where that's going to be. Hopefully they can get some results on the final day. It will get us to 10 points. Right, Birkirkar hosting Malmo. That's not easy. Zabar, where are you at, lads? Away. Never mind. Yeah, any hopes they had of winning the Conference League group are pretty much gone if they're playing Athletic Club. Then again, where are? Only 11th, admittedly, but my hope is that they don't do so poorly that they fall out of the top 8. So much worse. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it matters when you have the right attributes for the player to work with that PPM, but like, if they're playing well already, then my attitude generally is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And sometimes I find by trying to fix it, you just make it worse, which admittedly is just me reiterating that entire analogy just with much longer sentences for some reason. Fucking hell! That's unfortunate. Fair, though. Like, Athletic with a better side. Birkirkara 4, Malma 0. Staver with another brace. Suma with a goal. Cedric Kurz as well. Hang on, does that mean Birkirkara finish above Zabar after all that? That's amazing. Zabar qualify by winning their first 4 games and then don't even get top 8 in the end. Meanwhile, Birkirkara come 4th with 14 points. Thank you for the raid, Alfie. I'm surprised Staver hasn't actually got... He should be quite high up this, right? No, maybe not. I feel like he's constantly scoring. 1 more goal as well. Oh, you're right. Actually, we'll look at it in macro. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. They'd have still lost it on goals scored. Because the goal difference would have been 10 as well, but they'd have only scored 14 goals instead of 15 for Ike. Hot damn. Still, unbeaten in the group for Birkirkara. Oh, yeah. Goals scored, they needed 2. Yeah. Because then they'd have been tired of that. They would have gone to goals against, which they were obviously the better one. Still, 10.5 points. We are currently top of the coefficient standings yet again going into Christmas. It can never be a bad season when we're doing that, right? 71 points on the board. We're now only 2.3 behind Portugal on the year. We're actually starting to reel them right in there for that 6th space. And 6th spot is really dope. Because that's the one where we get the extra team in the league phase with us. But it... Oh yeah, it does come at the expense of one of these, doesn't it? Or does it? No, it doesn't. You get an extra team in the league phase, but it doesn't come at the expense of anyone from lower down. It means that you just get an extra team in Europe, and that means lots more money coming in. And it means that Hammer and Sweetie start to get consistently... Yeah, we've already hit the target score. We've got 2 games after Christmas. Hammer and Sweetie have got 2. There's still 6 more matches for us to get points before we even end the group stages. I feel like we've got potential to go deep this year. I feel like the Conference League teams have great potential to go deep. I think Hammer and Sweetie should at least qualify and might get some good stuff after Christmas too. I think 14, 15 points is well on the cards for us this year. Which is exactly where we want to be. Like, I know we're going to lose an 18-point season next year, but that was always going to be unsustainable. We were never going to be able to put those up consistently until we get 6, 7 teams in Europe that are all doing bits, you know? But I think that the league has now reached a point where Siren, Sweetie, Birkirkara, Zabar, Hamron, Gudget... I think we've actually got 6 teams that could do stuff. We're kind of ready for the 6th team. Arguably even ready for the 7th team, but Hibernians have not been in Europe enough for me to really know that. Also, how fucking good has Sweetie been this year? They haven't actually outscored us anymore, but they were getting pretty fucking close. Right. I'm going to finish a little bit earlier today just because I wasn't expecting to be streaming anyway. And also the football has just started. And we've actually done what we were supposed to do today. Otherwise, we would just be looking at random stuff. So, I will send you lovely people. Who am I going to send you people over to? Let's raid Llama. I don't get the chance to raid Llama very often, if at all, in fact, because I don't think we ever normally stream on the same days. Oh, dear. Yeah, so I will be back on Tuesday because I'm away this weekend. So hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Hopefully your football team wins, unless they're playing my football team, in which case, screw you and no nuances ever allowed ever again in these parts. So yes, the VOD will be up tomorrow, of course. I'll see you guys very, very soon. I am the ultimate NPC. Oh, hang on. Does this... I can't see this, can I? It's just going to be showing up on the screen, but I can't actually see it, which is really, really strange. But Lord Richard, thank you very much for the 50 bits. I will see you lovely people on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, my friends. Hold your gun, Capybara. Bye-bye, Carlisle, honey.